Our new partner who I'm really, really excited to announce we are working with. Super, super stoked. Thank you, Angie Huberman, for this connect. It's incredible. AG1 Athletic Greens. I've been using them for a while. I have them every morning on an empty stomach. Basically, take one scoop and you put it into a cup or glass or mug of 8 ounces of cold water. And this is all your greens for the day. You're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. Every day I take this. It's so good for my digestion, my energy. It's simple. It's easy. I don't like taking a lot of vitamins. This has been really, really helpful for me. I've had a lot of stomach issues my whole life, and ever since I've been gluten-free and taking the AG1s, it's really helped me in my stomach in the mornings. I love it, and I'm so psyched that they're part of the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm sure a lot of people don't like eating greens, let alone drinking your greens, but I can tell you straight up, it's got a mild tropical taste, and the taste is actually really refreshing, and I really look forward to it each morning. Don't think it's just going to be just straight bland. It tastes really, really good, and it's good for you, so remember that. This one blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. It's incredible, just one scoop, especially for musicians who are vegans or just musicians in general who want to get those daily greens. You can get the packets. It's incredible. I just gave some to my friend Derek from Sepultura. He traveled the whole entire world this summer, and he had those every single day. He said it saved him. I bring AG1s with me when I travel. It helps me stay healthy. You know the deal. If you're on tour and you are a picky eater, but you need to have your greens, sometimes catering doesn't have greens. Sometimes you miss the catering. Sometimes you miss the backstage food. Sometimes it's too late after the show to go get food that you like. So if you just have a scoop of AG1s in your hotel room before you go to bed, or you're in the hotel room at night and you're starving and you want something healthy, boom, life changer. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with some convenient daily nutrition. That's all you need, one scoop in a cup every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. This is it. I'm super psyched. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. Take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. This is incredible. I love it. It's just basic greens. For me personally, this has changed my life tremendously. I'm not a junk food vegan. I don't eat a lot of fake meats, so I'm strictly greens. And this has been a wonderful, wonderful new addition to my life. So once again, visit drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. Get 1 free year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. Yo, Liquid Death, thank you so much for hydrating all my guests, taking care of me and my family and my friends. Love your water, love your brand, love what you stand for, love what you give back to the community. If you want to learn more about Liquid Death and how it started, listen to episode 115. With the co-founder, owner, and creator of Liquid Death, Mike Cesario. Just a punk rock skateboarding kid from Delaware with a dream. It's an incredible story, incredible journey. So if you go liquiddeath.com/Toby, you get free shipping on any items you order from liquiddeath.com. And if you want to get water, Liquid Death water, go to amazon.com. But for merchandise and other things that's not water, go to liquiddeath.com/Toby and get free shipping. Thank you so much, Liquid Death. Death to plastic, murder your thirst, stay hydrated. You know H2O saves lives. Yo, check. Let's do a mic check, too.
Check. 1 2 1 2.
Yep.
His voice is
Yep.
You got a voice for radio. You got a voice for radio, son.
Yeah, you got.
Yep.
You got a voice for TV.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. I got my brother from another mother, Mr. Chappelle Lacey, with me here today.
Yep.
Thank you, Chappelle.
Always.
Lesser Known Characters, your new podcast just came out a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Shout out to your podcast. You guys did a great thing recently with Madball talking about Freddie coming out doing Guilty with You in New Jersey. That came out yesterday.
And we talked about Madball and Dynamo 1995.
Some of your favorite shows.
Yes. 95. Yeah. That show was insane.
Yeah. So you're pretty much deep diving live performances on that episode,
all
right?
Time. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, man. Fuck, how do I intro this guy? The best hairline in hardcore.
Yeah, I'll take that. We can start right there. We start with the hairline and down.
The man, the myth, the legend, my brother from another mother, Mr. Hoya Roc. Thank you for being
Yo,
here, bro.
today I'm Hoya Morse.
Hoya,
All right, since we're really keeping it family. Right, so we're so
and we just checked before this. The original episode was episode 36. That was a phone call. It's so nice to have you in person.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, no, for
Oh,
sure.
you haven't done it in person?
No, it's the first one,
Oh.
man.
You know what? I didn't even know that because I'm so used to being with you talking. I
Yeah.
forgot we did it on phone.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got to do it in person because as much as the world opened up again, I've done few live ones since.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
This might be, this is probably my third one in a couple of years.
Well, I know we talked
Live.
about this before back then, but just looking at you and seeing you now, the biggest transformation from 2020, the whole pandemic, everything was you. You were so inspirational. You lost, I don't know how many pounds. How much pounds did you lose?
Well, right now, I weighed myself in. Thank God I've been working on it, and I'm at 230, 235, and I was probably at my most close to 400, probably in the 370s.
Bro.
I want to say I've went from 350 to 375, fluctuated.
Yeah.
You
Just
know,
looking at those
depending.
Hazen Street photos in the
I
office.
know.
Like, it's just
That hold it down
just
photo?
a totally different person, man.
Yeah.
Big inspiration, Hoya, man.
Yeah, you know, it's just, again, life, man. Life will make you either smash you or, make you shine. And I was dealing with a lot of stuff. I don't remember if we talked about it, but I was going through a lot. I was, my mom was real sick. I was taking care of her. And I'm a single father on top of that. So, so I knew basically for my children, I was going to leave them. I say it all the time. Not while I'm alive, I'm going to leave them an orphan. So I know one thing I have control of is what I put in my mouth. Well, most of the times, in the past, I've done bad things. No, but on the real, it's like we have control on that. We have control if we decide to move our bodies and exercise and whatever. Otherwise, it's just an excuse.
Yeah.
And for my sons, there's no excuses.
Yeah.
So it's just do or die. And for me, look at I had a lot of people pass away in the last couple of years, like a lot in one shot. But and people always ask me how you do it. It ain't no like I got no inspirational speech and nothing like that. But I know this. I know one thing. I love my family and I want them to rest in peace. And for my family to rest in peace, they want to know that my sons are good. And for my sons to be good, I got to be good. So that's why I stay at 2.0 everything.
Yeah.
So my sons are good and my family can rest in peace. So if they're not resting in peace, I can't rest in peace.
Yeah.
So
makes
you
a
know
lot
what I
of
mean?
sense, yeah.
So that circle keeps me alive and it keeps my son alive and it keeps my family proud and it keeps me straight, because we know we could easily fall off.
Yeah, and I see you up like 4 a.m. and stuff. Yeah.
Every day I have to do
what
it.
time you wake up?
I wake up at around 3:30, and then I drive to my gym at 4, and my gym doesn't open till 5. But it's the only way I'm going to make it.
What are you doing for that hour?
I sit there, I'll go through my texts, I'll do ideas for the podcast and all that stuff, and just wake up. If I lay in bed, it's very easy to say, you know what, let me stay another half hour.
Yeah.
You know what, let me do it
Procrastinate.
later. You know what, let's just do this workout tomorrow. And nobody has more excuses than me.
Yeah.
And we all know when we're making excuses to ourselves.
Yeah.
100%.
So the main reason I do it, I say it all the time. I've been lucky. I never had to do it for girls. I never not felt confident in myself. I do this for my sons to have a father alive.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I want to see them be fathers. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So
Beautiful, man.
that's enough. I'll be there right now if I could. There's not even. It ain't even a question. Like of me not going. It's like go to the gym, or you don't want to see your sons grow up and you can't even finish that sentence. I'll be doing push-ups.
Yeah.
What
What
fuck.
time-
I'm about to do push-ups right now.
What time do you go to bed?
I go early though. I'm in bed by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Again, the wild days of hanging out. There's no reason for me to be up that late. You know what I mean? And again, having children, we both know children are pains in the asses.
Totally.
So when I'm in there trying to work on myself, I don't need somebody calling me, asking me, where the waffle is, if we have waffles or, all this bullshit. I'm like, in the morning, I'm by myself. I could do my, if it's anything, my ideas, wake up, whatever it is I need to do to get myself prepared without anybody bothering me is at that time. So I can't do it at any other time of the day because I got to take care of my sons and my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
So I can either do two things: not do it or wake up at 3:30 and do it.
Yeah.
Only options.
Only options.
And there's no options not doing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
3:30 it is.
You're,
I
on
like
the,
that.
you're on the Wahlberg shit.
yeah.
4 a.m. club he's always
Yeah,
posting
and
about.
I get it. And that I saw that post and I reposted it because to the T, people always say, "Why you go so early?" And I go, "There's a reason. It's because I know myself."
Same.
Yeah.
I don't get up at 4, but I get up like at 6.
Same thing.
And,
Whatever
you
you're
know,
for.
6:30. But like, I know that that's the one part of the day where I know I fully have it to myself.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know what I mean? And where I
Yeah.
can get shit right, all that stuff.
And that's what I say. You know, it's for me, it's 3:30. For you, it's 6. Everybody has that time, but I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't got time.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
bullshit.
Always
yeah.
make time.
That's bullshit. Because
Well,
you know
yeah,
what
it
you
is
do?
bullshit.
Get off your phone 15 minutes earlier. Don't watch your stupid show for a half hour. You got 45 minutes right there. Every workout
Sure.
is 45 minutes. You could get a workout in
Yep.
20 minutes.
Yep.
A real workout in 45 minutes. So now what's your excuse?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too cold. It's raining. Look, I said it all. I was 400 pounds. I said every excuse in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
yeah.
I know it. You know what I mean? So it's like, make excuse. Do something. Don't do something less to do something you need to do to
Yeah,
live.
yeah. No, that's real
and
shit.
you're,
you
and
know?
besides that, being a single dad and having 2 kids, you're doing so many things. You have the Heavy Collective. You have the Hard Corner with Busky.
Yeah.
Spoken Word podcast.
Yeah.
True Union.
Yeah.
Lifer.
Yeah.
So many things, man. And so, is that what your days is balancing all that and focusing on different
Yeah,
projects?
it's funny because none of it's balanced. That shit is like, we're ADD the work. Me
Totally.
and Gator Food, we're a 2-man gang.
Shout out to Gator.
Yeah, you know
Okay.
what's up. And we do everything in-house. You know, again, like you know the deal. We do everything hardcore style.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong. If anybody's ready to back up your boy, we ready to rock. You hear me? But the fact is, you know, we come from that mentality. You know, nobody's
Yeah.
gonna do it for
No,
us, so
yeah.
let's do it. And also we do it good. Not
Yeah.
only do it half-assed, we gotta kill it and smash it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we also represent a culture, a movement, and it's our family. So
Yeah.
why would you want to have step? You know, I want people to look at the hardcore scene, the punk rock scene, the heavy metal scene, heavy scene, and be like, wow, they could do it like, you know, like the Jay-Z's, or they
Yeah.
could do it like
Oh,
the whoever
100%.
else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all like the nice things in life.
Yep.
You know, and we all could do everything stylish and still, you know, rooted in our roots. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
one thing about all of us. You, me. That nobody could deny that we don't got our feet very implanted in our roots.
Our drive is different.
100%.
Yeah,
Different.
exactly, and
You
that's
know?
a special thing about it.
Yeah, because I mean, when you think about hardcore music, like it's a low buy-in rate.
Yeah,
Like you know, it's a low buy-in rate. Like
Yeah.
you know, just like it's hip hop.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
sure.
Totally.
You know, so I think for us, it's like that's all we know.
yeah,
You know
That's
what
all
I
we
mean?
know.
Like
for sure.
even with comedy, sometimes like I do so much like on my own to where like sometimes the reps are like, "Yo, we can help you with this," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know you can," but like it's like,
Yeah,
but my mentality's just like,
Exactly. You got to keep going. And that's the same thing like what Toby brought up. I got a bunch of different things on our plate because, you know, you have an idea, and when you're passionate about something, you got to get it off.
Yes.
And if nobody's going to jerk you, you got to jerk yourself to get off.
Yeah.
Right? Right? So
Good
my
analysis.
point, but my point is, you know, again, we got to do it ourselves. And anything I do, and I really back it because I'm not gonna do something just for the hell of it. I'm too
Yeah.
old. I got too many kids to do anything just for that.
Yeah.
I have passion for the things I do.
Yeah.
It's not just for fun. It's my passion. Like
Yep.
the podcast, the channel in general.
The channel's going to have everything on it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what I did with the channel basically started with the podcast. We all
Yep.
know, you know, people used to always tell me, I wish I could be backstage and hear these stories. And that's when the podcast thing was kind of getting big, like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
But technology wasn't up to speed yet. You know, I used to use my sound man in Europe. He used to have to do all this crazy shit just to get a recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long story short, we didn't keep up. We kept going, and then boom, the world shut down, and then Zoom came up, and then I said, wow, a way to promote the band while nobody could play, and
Yeah.
wow, the platform is so easy to use.
Yeah.
Let's bring the podcast back to keep our faces in the mix and our
Yeah.
music. Brought that along, and it started snowballing. I was always the creative guy. I'm a very creative guy. I was I'm never very technical at anything,
Same.
but I'm all about building. And I mean, I know how to get there, but I will get there, and I know what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
It's a vision.
Yeah, it's a like vision style. And my whole thing was, I love music and I love everything about the world we come from. And what are the things from our world that we're lucky to have that the average person don't? Like, again, like hearing stories, backstage stories.
Yeah.
Seeing what goes on behind that curtain that we all wondered as kids.
Yeah.
Even if it's just sitting, you wonder. And I said, you know what? Let me bring that to the people. Let me do that. And then it started snowballing in. The hard corner with Busky. That was basically what I wanted to do was, the idea was the sports center of heavy music.
Yeah, totally.
Anything underground or culture, heavy music, skateboarding, graffiti, anything we like, hey, let's show them some shine. It ain't about the one guest. The culture is the guest. That was the point of that, to promote new bands, old bands, new ideas, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, my latest thing, and this is something that is, you know me for years, and this is something that kind of, I think, came at the right time for me, and it's something I'm really backing, and this is why I'm actually out here. One of the main reasons. I'm shopping my new show, and it's a show we put together called The Heavy Collective. Connecting the dots with the cannabis culture, music, and the cities that have it. Because we all know, hand in hand, if you're not a smoker, you might be training and using a CBD, or you listen to music. Music's connected to, a lot of these things intertwine. Throughout the years, I met thousands of people. Everybody, oh, wow, you smoke, wow, you train, oh, you do this, you do that. We all listen to music. We all, the rappers have it, and I said it's time for the heavy community to have, their side of it. I'm a hip hop guy, and I love that, but I was like, yo, man, who smokes more than the metal guys than that, just in general, that type of culture. And that culture also is connected to music a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And right now, CBD and the whole cannabis is exploding. And anybody who knows me, it's been part of my DNA from day one. So I'm not like faking the funk or nothing. But I think it's, and it ain't even gimmicky. To me, is the truth. We all know, like, it's always been around music.
It's
If
always,
you watch Ray
has.
Charles, whoever, whatever, and there's something really is special about that in music. I really believe, you know that. A lot of people know that, Toby knows not by wanting, but by contact.
Up in Smoke Tour.
But, I'm going around basically, I love the culture I come from and connecting the elements of it. So,
Awesome, man.
So that's why basically Smoking Word TV is the channel. I want to house anything culture-wise, anything that we mess with, anything and everything.
And then what about True Union? Is that a group?
Yeah, I have a lot of songs. I'm gonna be dropping that very soon too. I've been I had songs. I describe it as this: if AC/DC broke down in Corona, Queens, and did a song with James Brown's drummer.
Wow, that's sick.
So it's on some rock.
That's a good explanation.
And when you hear it, you'll get it. It's like some rock riffs with some real funky drums.
Okay.
But it's dope. I really, really, really back it, and there's some cool elements. And let's just say I might have the baddest drummer in the game on drums. And he looks like an Eskimo, but I'm gonna leave it like that.
MJ.
Yeah, I'm a guy creating. I'm definitely I gotta be getting off somehow. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of stuff. The channel is my priority right now.
Yeah.
What about Lifer?
Lifer is also again a brand from the merch side of the stuff. Basically, again, promoting the culture. What we always say, we're in it forever. We die in this. We're lifers in this. So you could be, we're a hardcore lifer. You're a comedy lifer. Smoking word lifer. I'm a oat milk latte lifer. You know what I mean? But the whole idea was people who are about it, whatever your life may be, straight edge lifer, dad lifer. If you back it and you live your life to the max, you a lifer.
Yeah.
So the idea was kind of to celebrate, anybody who's about themselves and is about what they're about.
Yeah. I know we talked about this earlier before we jumped on this pod, but was there a point? I mean, Madball was like such a full-time gig for you, even before you were a dad and traveling the world, and then once you have a kid, you see the world differently. Responsibilities, bills, everything's different. Was there a time where it was just Madball only for you, but now as of the past, whatever, being a dad changed, looking at life and
Yeah, for sure.
other avenues?
Yeah, for sure. The minute you have a kid, it's a game changer.
Game changer.
I mean,
Okay.
It's just no matter what, you no longer are number one. You become number 10.
Facts.
Like that's how far. You're not even number 2.
Yeah.
You're number 10.
It's true.
There's a lot more, but what I say having a kid is the hardest thing you will ever want to do willingly. You know what I mean? Because it's horrible, but it's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
man.
because it's so hard, and there's no book on it.
Hell no.
You know,
Yeah.
every kid is different. It ain't
Everyone's
like-
when you first
so
had
it
first
sucks,
try.
but it's nothing better. I would not give away.
Yeah.
I call my sons my teachers.
That's cool.
Because they taught me who I am.
Yeah.
And I never knew who I was more than ever in my life than I do right now.
Yeah.
And that's because of my
Even
sons.
when you thought you probably had an idea.
I thought I knew it all. Like I said,
Yeah.
I had it all. I knew it all. And I didn't. When I had them and they put perspective in front of me,
Yeah.
and I saw what they are worth to me, made me realize what I'm worth to myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the whole concept, like they always say, when the emergency air mask comes down the airplane, they say, put the mask on you first before you help anybody. The reason why, if you're messed up, you won't be able to help your loved ones.
Yep.
Again, this is why I wake up at 3:30 in the morning. This is why I grind how I grind on what I believe in. You know what I mean? Because I got no time. I learned life is real short. Real short. While you on this life, you better make it work or be content when you die that you're going to sit back and look like, hey, I didn't do shit. Or, oh, I could have done, coulda, woulda, coulda. I ain't going out like that. Not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
And right now in my life, I'm right up to speed with, if God forbid I had to go right now, I say, yo, I did everything and everything I wanted and how I wanted to this point.
Yeah.
Or fixed most of myself I was on the track of, on the right track. So right now, there's no looking back for me in anything. That's a wrap. My neck don't even turn that far.
I love that.
I love that.
Straight up.
And so are you enjoying now? Because I know you pop in here and there with Madball. You do some of we just did a tour with you, March Rebellion. It was incredible with Hazen St. Is it like you're kind of enjoying being home? You have a lot of things on your plate right now. So you're almost like sort of retiring from that
Listen,
life?
right now, we're going to give that one life, one chance exclusive. You're going to hear it here first, everybody. I got 2 more European tours, and your boy's calling it a wrap. All right? Shout out to all the guys in the band. I love them and everything, but the fact is the band kind of slowed down too much, and I'm on double time now. You know what I mean? And right now it doesn't work financially and mentally. It isn't enough for me because I got a lot of things that I want to do, and like I was telling you, my children need a lot.
Yeah.
So I got to be working. So since the band slowed down with playing, it's harder for me to make things happen.
I respect that.
But there's no beef. It's all love. I wish them the best, but I'm only doing the next 2 European runs, and that's it. And that's next week and then the week after, like the month after, is the last runs, and then that's it. Because also, I don't want to keep the band from doing what they got to do because they're due for another album.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of these guys who's just going to dip in and out. I don't get down like that. For me, it's all or nothing with everything.
I was going to say, would you be in the
You
right
know how we
way?
do.
Yeah.
You know how we do. Even this was, it looked weird, but I was going through some stuff. But it was, and this is all just time happened. It was nothing about nothing. You know, I'm glad I went through a lot with my family.
Yes,
but
yeah.
I've been good the last little bit. So it's not so much that, but it's more. I need to be busy right now, and they slow down more than I could be, still. And,
For sure.
So
You're also a single dad for
exactly,
Yeah, single father,
exactly.
You have a lot of responsibilities.
Exactly.
Man.
So it's all good and all that, but again, I'm nowhere close to being done with music. Like I said, I got mad music in the bank.
Yeah.
I got True Union and my channel. That's why I'm hitting it because this is what I want to do. This is what I've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
Because I love playing, but I know the band was slowing down already. So again, I'm one of these dudes. Next, we got to make it happen. I got 2 sons that need to go to college. They need clothes. They need food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get no check from nothing. I'm somewhere else in life.
Yeah.
And I'm on some let's go shit. I can't,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
it's now or never. But
Respect. That's a big decision, man.
Yeah, for sure. But and also again, it was the right time for everybody. I think.
But I get it too.
Yeah,
of course.
Believe me, of course you have your favorite bands and you're just used to it. And of course, I did everything. I've been all over the world. I got to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
I've never been more grateful, more proud of anything. I'm proud of every single piece of music we did, every little thing we did, because we did things the way we wanted to. Nobody ever told us how to do it.
Nah.
If we did something right or wrong, we did it as a band on our own.
Yeah,
so I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
And I know they'll continue to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and it's all good. And I didn't want to make it even this whole weird thing. I wanted to say out in the clear because a lot of people hit me up because they know.
Where are you? I'm at the show. Where are you?
And they also know I've been through a lot of stuff family-wise, and people really think, like I'm in a hole because of, losing family members and stuff where, no, I'm good. I'm good. And it's mad, I feel obligated to let them know because they're showing me mad love, but I'm like, it's not that. It's not my family situation. If anything, thank God we got everything straightened out, and my sons are good, and we're in a spot where we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Right. I knew he barged in.
That's how you do it. If you're gonna do it, let's go.
I knew he barged in.
Oh my God!
You think he was gonna walk in?
That was like a serious moment with Hoya, man.
If we're gonna do it, that's how I want it.
I know, right?
It's fucking Punisher, man.
I
do love that about just Madball from the very beginning. You guys always did your own thing. There were naysayers, there were old heads, there were gatekeepers that thought it was. We talk about, post about sometimes, but too hip hop, too bouncy. It wasn't what they expect. It wasn't their hardcore.
Yeah.
And Madball never gave a fuck, and they stuck to their.
Stuck to the fucking guns. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, again, we were always doing that. That's how we were made. That's how we were built, and that's why we're doing what we're doing now. Because we always do what we feel inside is right for us.
Yeah.
If it meant doing this, doing that, or whatever it is.
How many years in Madball?
Since I've been in since '93, so
damn, man.
That's close 2000 or 23, 30 years.
Man, close to 30 years. Shit, I should have bounced earlier, man. What are you talking about? How much you got there? I wasted mad years.
Dude, that's crazy, though.
Crazy, yeah. And it's crazy that I'm 40 now. So when I joined when I was 10, come on.
40?
No, yeah, man, I was 10 years old when I started. I was 12.
What was your last? What was your last job? We had a boss.
I had Orva, a women's clothing store, in 86th Street in Manhattan when I was 14 years old with me and MQ.
That's the last job.
What the fuck?
Yes, with a boss.
Wow.
Well, hold on, with a legal boss.
With a legal boss.
Yeah, legal boss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was there.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, me and MQ, and that job lasted a week because I fell asleep and they were like robbing the store. People were like robbing mad clothes.
People were robbing a women's store?
They were like
women were.
Women, they were like brides. They would find, there's those the tags, they call them no-goes.
Yeah.
The alarms. So one day, the manager comes up to me and goes, "What's this?" And I thought they were testing me. I go, "No-goes." And they were like, "Yeah, we found 20 of them." I was like, "Whoops." So much for my job.
So that's the last time you had to clock in anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Damn,
the last time.
That's pretty incredible. You've been your own boss for a long time.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
He said no-goes.
No-goes. I got you. But yeah, no, I had that, and again, the band was there, and early on, we were wilding. I was hustling early on in life, so I was doing some hustling as a kid. When the band even started early on, we didn't make no money, so we would be on the road hustling. You know what I mean? We would do our side thing and try
on the road.
On the road,
yeah.
We knew if we were going on tour with some metal guys, maybe we try to let's try to get something that we could sell them, to party with, because we're not gonna party. Like, we would do stuff like that, or we would all do the hustle, go to the record company, say, "Wow, I love Gorgoth and freaking Kill Your Mother, 20 times," and then take all those CDs and sell them.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like worked at Relativity.
Yeah, we
I
all
worked at Roadrunner. Yeah.
I love this. Yeah, more devil. Give me all the devil stuff you got, and then
y'all would just sell them.
Sell them right away. Right away.
Really?
We would go front row runner right to, and they knew they would pay because they were stamped out. They had like holes punched out, so like promo shit. So
yeah.
You know, so they get mad.
Do you,
Damn, so you just walk around New York and be like, yo, you want to buy some
No,
CDs?
we know the stores.
No, we go to the stores. and
Certain
sell them.
stores,
The
they
Second
know.
Coming Records.
Oh,
and
you
Second
would
Sons.
sell them to the.
Yeah, we go, yo, what you give us for this? They get a good price, pop.
Dude, I was so dialed in with Second Coming Records that
Yes.
I would text the owner. She'd tell me what I wanted from Roadrunner in advance.
Oh,
Really?
you had it advanced.
I'm not going to say any names, but they're bands that I sold. I mean, Derek's band. Just
Let's not say that.
Damn,
in
Derek.
advance. I had all the
D-Block,
CDs.
Toby, did you
Yeah.
He wasn't in the band yet, though.
Royalty.
Okay.
Royalty.
Yeah, but all those records hit me up. Black Trade, just all these bands. Hey, Joe, please edit this out.
Yeah.
But it's not Madball, but certain bands are rolling. We sell them in advance, bro. It was crazy.
Wow, that was a hustle we used to do.
That's a hustle.
Yeah, very much a hustle. Do that, get the we would also discover music like that, but we would sell. I would sell Madball stuff. We would sell Madball stuff too. You know, if we were able to
Wow.
walk out with a rack of
With the
you know,
hole punch
the
in
whole
it.
thing, 20 of them. Hey,
Yeah.
we'd take 5 if we could sell some. You know, we'd buy rice and beans and 40 ounces.
Damn.
You know what I mean, it was like
Do you feel, because I feel like this, do you feel more connected to the hardcore scene from doing this stuff more than the band
Yes,
at this point?
by far.
Because you turned me on to Scowl. Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
You know why? I tell you why, and I dissected that. When we're in a band, subconsciously we're almost in competition. Even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you're in a band, you're constantly looking at like, oh, I'd like to play with how they doing good. I want to do good, and it kind of becomes a thing. When we sit on the outside, we're looking at spectators. We don't have to look as a peer. So
Yeah.
you're gonna break people down a little bit more with less of your own, your own personal thing. You
Or
can look
ego,
at it.
whatever. Yeah.
Because when you're on stage, if I'm going on before somebody, even if they're dope, I'm like, wow, we got to kill it. Yo, they're doing that. Wow, they got real heavy metal stuff. They got this. A new band, when I'm playing live, I might check out a band, but I got to get ready to play. So I'm checking them out quick. I'm not, it's cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Now we listen to stuff really back to like fans.
Yeah, I
Let's check
agree.
this band. Let's read why people like this band. Let me look into it.
Yeah.
It's shit you do as a kid. Why do you like AF? Let me look. We're doing that with the new bands. So
As
it gets you
fans.
more involved. You get more connected if you do like something. And us being guys that were in bands, we know how it works. We could reach out and be like, we know what it is. If all the bands reached out to us, it could be most of the time it's cool.
Yeah.
And people like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's cool for our part, for what we do. It goes hand in hand. It keeps us in touch with what's happening.
Keeps ear to the
and
street.
we give props to them by having them and showing them what they do. And they also represent the culture.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what you do. I want to show
gotta,
the best
yeah.
representation of my culture. So I
Yeah.
want to put all the heavy hitters, young and old, who I think are the best representatives. Let's get them in there. And not only if I like them, but if I feel they getting represented in the people, they come in with the right heart. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. You want to paint your face, paint your face. But you could tell when people are faking the funk.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
When all of a sudden they did something else. One day you smoking weed, next day you're this. One day you're a devil worshiper, now you're Christian. It's like when you're a little bit too extreme, you're reaching.
Reaching.
You know what I mean? You're reaching.
Yeah.
Everybody changes, but nobody changes like that. You change subtly. Something happens.
Yeah.
So the people should feel that. You know what I mean? They shouldn't feel like when
Yeah.
your music feel like, who's this? Last time I saw them, they were all in white. Now they're all in black. You know what I mean? No, they should. You should be like, no, I noticed. Yeah, little by little, it got darker or more happy or more, commercial. Everything's a progression. When something's too extreme, there's usually something.
It's such a drastic change.
There's
Yeah,
usually something behind it.
immediately. Yeah.
It's like the person that moves to your city from another city and he knows nobody in your city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
There's a
You
reason.
know what I mean? There's a reason. How could you leave not nobody and you're grown?
That's so true.
That's a funny ass fucking.
It's like
You don't know nobody.
I know nobody. You're gonna come to a new city.
new city, nobody.
Yeah, we were cool and this, but you don't nobody. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Do you get just as much enjoyment as doing what you're doing that's not playing live with what you're doing now?
Yeah,
As a creative?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm still able to create.
Same.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm starting to get again. It's like I'm able to come out the box.
Yeah.
Like the True Union stuff. That stuff I couldn't do with Madball. So it was cool to be able to do it and still, it still has my essence and it's all groove shit, and and it's flavor. You guys are gonna like it. It's really cool, and I'm gonna put it more.
I see the
together
way
as
you
we
be
go.
writing riffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I love the way you do that. That's dope.
Yeah, it's true, and that's stuff
That's
that I
such
do.
a cool way to write.
Again, being that hardcore mentality, I was never good at pushing buttons or whatever.
Yeah.
That is the 20 whatever version back in the day, like when I wrote Set It Off, the way I wrote Set It Off was this was before laptops, before that.
Like how you said, how I wrote Set It Off.
You know,
Okay,
so I would put, I put Rakim on the video. I'm watching the video, and I would put my guitar amp next to the TV just loud enough so I could hear the drums from I Ain't No Joke.
Got it. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
I ain't no
Yeah.
So I would play to the drums off hip hop songs because I had no drum machine.
That's the
So
hardest shit
automatically, I would just tell them when I was telling Maddie, I got this new riff. It's just imagine a hip hop beat under this riff.
Yeah.
So then we would get it, and then then Willie will alter it a little bit. But if you listen to any of my groove shit, you could almost take any hip hop beat and put it in there.
Yeah.
You know,
sick.
because it's a head bop is what I grew
It's a head
up
bop.
with.
Yeah, of course.
So I had a right to
And the
that.
way you utilize that is like, I mean, you can really hear it, but it's just fucking
because I didn't.
dope.
We never were crazy about like rapcore. We loved rap and we loved hardcore, but we
Yeah.
weren't rapcore.
Yeah, yeah.
true.
The Essence came out, but we weren't still trying to do.
It's so organic.
Yeah, and we did like little interludes. You know, we got our hip hop
For sure.
off in a different way, but we were like, nah, we got to rep the New York hardcore shit and show how this is done.
Yeah.
You know, with the old style and the new swag. That was the idea.
Yeah.
You know, and then our hip hop came out in our dress, the graffiti, and
Yeah,
the
it's
swag.
interesting.
Yeah.
You know, and anything that came out. Like
I
all
think-
of our bands from New
I
York.
think we loved it so much that we didn't want to disrespect it by trying to rhyme, maybe,
Yeah.
and trying to be rappers.
But-
Because
yeah.
we separated it.
Yeah, for sure. But some people did it and it was cool. You know, there's the E-Town Concretes.
They
That's
did it.
cool. And then it's cool. And bands had that element, but we weren't that, you know.
Yeah,
If
you weren't.
anything, A-Show was more like the melodic style. Madball was like the old mix with the newer, younger version at the time of the hard edge stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was kind of, it was a little bit different, you know what I mean? So.
No.
I see you around there.
it's
What's that
fucking-
Russian Death Squad? What's that squad?
Yeah, yeah, shout out to the Siberian fucking Meat
Meat
Grinder and
Grinder.
Moscow Death Brigade.
Yeah, Death
Yeah,
Brigade,
the team Russia. Yeah, shout out to them. I jumped on the track with them. Good dudes, man. Great band to play with live. And again, real hardcore kids who love hip hop,
Yeah.
love club music, mixed it in and did some really cool shit. If you check them out,
Yeah.
let me tell you, live they are dope.
Yeah.
Like I walk wherever they're playing to go watch them because it's just fun and they got the hardcore energy and aesthetically it's cool, you know. It's something we can relate to. It's fun and it's well done. So
I saw you doing it with Gogo Bordello too. That guy did cover the Madball song.
listen, shout out to Gogo Bordello. Shout out to Eugene and my Gogo. Listen, I'm like a honorary, even though they don't know it, a member of Gogo Bordello. I know Eugene got my back, but
He
no.
loves hardcore, man.
Listen,
huh?
he's a real hardcore kid. There's people that know he's a hardcore kid. And he would hit me up, and he's sending me. He had a radio show where he's playing Rest in Pieces. Like, once you know that, you already know.
Yeah.
Like, he's texting me like, look what I found. And a dude who really still loves where he comes from.
Where's he from?
The Ukraine, but grew up downtown. He's from
Okay.
downtown.
Okay.
But he's New York. Like, he was known, he used to DJ at the clubs, the bars down there, the down low. But he's like a punk kid, a hardcore kid. He does the folk. He's, you know, he acts. This guy's and when you meet him, he has an energy that's special.
Yeah.
You know, and that's coming from me. I like to think I got electric too sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm so, you know, I'll gas myself up sometimes. Nah, but he's a really good dude. Great band. As a band, I
Yeah.
never would think I would listen to. And when I watched them live, I was blown away. And no, I don't think he's probably one of the guys that supports the culture probably the most at the moment than anybody.
Yeah.
Who's out front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Outside the bands. And shout out to that, man. That good dude. There's a lot of, it's funny, man. Now you start meeting more people like
Come
we
out
said.
the woodwork about.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they-
grew up
they're-
in this stuff.
Yeah, they grew up there in bigger places now. You know, if they're in law enforcement and government and business owners, you know, you'd be surprised. It's pretty crazy.
Do you miss living in New York?
No. Yeah, no. I miss our New York.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that guy either. Oh, make it New York. But I hate that. But it is different.
So that's probably one of the areas of our country that's like made a real big change. Like New
Yeah.
York City, right? Would you guys say that?
It's a way different.
Listen,
Yeah.
it went so backwards right now that I couldn't believe. When I took my sons there, like last year, I think I went. So I had both my sons. I said, yo, let's go to Tompkins Square. This is where I used to hang out.
Yeah.
You remember how that place was.
Yeah.
Now we went there and went back to crackheads. But not just crackheads. But there was always lingering druggies, but like crackhead drug dealers.
It's crazy down
Like
there.
low,
man.
you know, like the head crack dealer is a bum. Like those type of bum. And I'm sitting there with my son. I tell my son, sit down here, and we drank egg creams.
Egg creams.
I did the old shit with them, and we sat and I go,
Classic New
we're
York
gonna
shit.
watch it. We're like, yo, what's up? I go, no, sit down and watch. I'm gonna show you. These are fucking drug addicts. You're gonna see these pieces of shit. Look how they work, and look.
Damn.
This is how. But I go, this wasn't like this before. It was like this. It got cleaned up. Now look at it again. I go, this is what could happen to you. I said, watch them. They were like, yo, they're this. They're dirty. I go, yeah. I sat on these benches, you know, as little kids doing the same shit you're doing now. You know, seeing the same shit.
Yeah.
Seeing crackheads.
Yeah.
I said back then it looked like a city. It was all cardboard boxes and shit. There was a whole town in there, and we used to chill in there. Now I'm there with my sons, but I seen that element. It wasn't like that the last 15 years.
Yeah.
It went back to the like
Grimy,
scummy.
yeah.
Not homeless, like mental illness. Homeless is like drug addict.
Yeah.
Like violent, more violent.
Got that grit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I know because I know that.
Yeah.
Can
I
you
know
break
that.
down an egg cream for the listeners who are not from New York? It just sounds so.
Yeah, it's something like I know it's like
classic New
soda
York shit.
water. It's like a milkshake. I know exactly. And they put malt in it. It's kind of like it's a weird special.
It's some
thing.
real New York.
I
shit.
want to say it's an old school Jewish thing, like from
Okay.
the old days. It's like malt.
Did they put club soda in it?
I want to say like the spray. I think
with egg cream. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
forget
sounds
what it is.
nasty, but-
Yeah, it's great. It's something special.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, what?
We're gonna have to Google egg cream, everybody. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. But it's something special, some old school,
Yeah.
some real old school.
What I
Is it
love-
like in a like?
It's like a shake, like egg
Oh,
cream.
okay. It's in a cup.
Yeah, it's in a cup. It's
What,
like-
what I love about you too, Hoya, there's a lot of people from our scene that get caught up in living in the back in the day. And in my time, we did this and we did that and we started this and we did that. You're really, Max, get out of here, seriously. And you're living in the now. Like, you're up to date on all the new music, going to the shows, and like, you never got caught up in that whole thing.
Nah, because one of the main reasons was us coming up since having the, what do you call it, the stigma of being, for many years they used to call us Baby AF or Roger's Little Brothers Band.
Yeah.
And that was something
Haters.
Haters. They were all haters.
Haters.
And that always,
Pre-internet, too.
And,
Yeah.
and that always rubbed me the wrong way because I was like, yeah, we have that, but we're not. And you
You're
doing
not.
that, you're already labeling us. And I'm like, oh, but that's because you're a bunch of old bitter motherfuckers. And I told myself, I'm never going to be an old bitter motherfucker.
Yeah.
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 Because they all talk shit on us.
Yeah.
When we came out with Set It Off, I remember coming out with Hold It Down, and I never forget this. An OG, I won't say it, but came up to me and was like, because they would just happen to have a good moment in life again at that moment. Yo, what's up with that? Yo, you guys do too much of that rap shit. Nobody's gonna get it. Hold it down. What does that even mean? And I'm looking, and I'm like, yeah, it ain't meant for you because you out of date. Let's just start with that. But I'm
Out of
looking at
touch.
that,
Yeah.
and that same person that was 6 albums ago.
Six,
So,
yeah.
I did 9 albums. So I don't give a fuck what OG talks, whatever. Unless you beat me on albums, you can't say shit on me.
Can't say shit.
So who got 9 albums or more, I'll listen to you.
You know what's interesting?
It's true.
What's
Somebody just got
interesting-
one album
Yeah.
40 years ago.
I don't give a
What-
fuck. That don't mean
what's-
shit to me.
What's
I
interesting
know.
about that kind of stuff, I always think about that. Meanwhile, when you look at the reaction to the crowd that you're playing in front of, that is the purest thing. Like, that's not fake. That's not fabricated. That's real.
Yes.
Like that Dynamo set in 1995, that crowd was fucking massive. Like, that's not a mistake.
Yeah.
So like when you hear these people say the things that they say, it's like you're so far off. It's like, bitch, look, and I don't mean that was aggressive, but like it's like, look at what the fuck the people are.
Yeah.
Like, look how the people react to this.
Yeah.
That's the realest fucking shit you can get. Whatever you're saying doesn't even it's so out of pocket. It's more like that's your own personal
Projecting,
issue
your own
with
shit.
with your
Yeah.
own shit because like like I said, that's the realest fucking form of what is the result of what you put out there.
Yeah, and you know what is funny? You say that specifically about that show was performance-wise as a band is one of our worst performances playing. Everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Really?
If you watch the tape, my bass chord doesn't even reach the mic stand. I never played a stage that big.
Oh, yeah.
The first song, if you watch, my
yeah.
laminate gets stuck in my bass.
Oh yeah.
Second song, Freddie falls off stage.
That was
Yeah,
crazy.
because he kind of slipped on the first.
Not
song
kind
too.
of. He fell. And then third, like 5, 6 songs in, the pedal goes flying.
Wow.
My point being, but what you said, we were playing with our heart. We were like, yo, we got to make
Playing
a
with
statement.
your heart.
Yeah.
To this day, that's the show where everybody's like, that's one of the main shows. A lot of people say that's the first time I saw Madball, and that was the way I fell in love with Madball.
Yeah.
Because they were like, we never seen no wild shit like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you
Yeah.
guys, and, I talked about it with a buddy of mine. I'm like, they came out with just the fucking amps. Just fucking no backdrop. Fuck everything.
No.
And just fucking.
Yeah. Now, okay. Now, if you, and I'm going to point out something funny.
backdrops.
Exactly what you said. There was no back. But, we're trying to hang with
And
all
that's
these
the main
motherfuckers.
stage.
So you look and check it out. So, we're playing a main stage, everybody, and we're talking about a Lollapalooza stage. Right? You saw it.
Yeah. Big
Like
stage.
the stage to the top lights is like 3 stories. So everybody got banners. We come out with a banner in one part, and it's the size of a handkerchief. We got our 2 friends come out with it. It's literally the size of this table, Toby.
Damn.
And you see Ingo, remember Ingo?
Yeah, man.
And Nicky the Knife, because it was so little, they had to run up or you wouldn't see it. So they run up front, and they're like waving. It looked like a handkerchief you put on your freaking, on your
Nicky
suit
the
pocket.
Knife. Wow.
Yeah. But
That's so funny.
all in and everything, that's what made the craziness. All the wild
But
shit.
I love that set. I love that set.
Everybody does.
I love that set. Like, even with whatever went wrong, like,
Yeah.
it was, I mean, it's pure.
Yes.
I mean, like you said, you guys put your hearts into it. Was that you guys' first time playing it, right?
Well, that festival, and the first time playing a festival that size, we didn't expect it.
It's massive,
We're
dude.
like, they go, you're going on at
So
1:30,
massive.
and we're like, who the hell's gonna watch us?
Meanwhile, fucking
Yeah.
everybody.
I walk up, there's 90,000 people, and everybody who.
Who'd you guys play
go
after?
to we went on early. We went on, there was like a band called Mental Hippie Blood or some shit. We played, and I think Nail Bomb. Or
Oh, yeah.
something.
Okay.
But if I want people to understand this, now there's shows that are 90,000, 50,000, but there's 10 stages.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was one stage.
One stage.
That's
And
sad.
everybody was right in front of you. So
Damn.
when we walked on stage, I just saw dots. And
Damn.
before that, we came from London. We played the Underworld. So
Yeah.
yeah, cool show.
Yeah.
But it's different seeing 500 people and seeing 90,000 people.
Yeah.
Damn.
And again, the craziness, I think, the energy was there.
What's cool about that set is the fucking. Did you guys add the fog machine?
Oh no, that.
Okay, I
They
was
do
thinking.
that.
So if you see, I'm gonna give you another
Don't
little.
do that.
You don't do that, and I'll give you
I
another.
was like,
Now check this out. I'm gonna give you guys a little backstory. So if you Google now, New York City from Live at Dynamo, right?
okay.
You'll see Freddie doing something and going. He was basically telling the guy, "Shut that shit over. I'm gonna fuck you up," and then going on stage. So.
That's amazing.
And you watch it, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was because they're putting smoke machine on. He's asthmatic. They got a smoke machine going on. You're, what? And we don't do that.
Yeah.
It's 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
When you need a
why the
smoke
fuck
machine,
you- yeah, turn that
no
fucking
light.
smoke
It
machine.
ain't gonna do shit.
What hardcore bands using a
Yeah.
fucking smoke?
We don't even got a banner. My cord don't even reach the end of the stage. You worry about pyro?
Yeah.
Was there any time before now that you ever wanted to quit Madball and you burnt on it?
No.
Yeah.
No. I always wanted to do it. It was in me. But when I had my kids, my priorities changed.
Totally.
Yeah.
My priorities means I got to do whatever I got to do so they not just maintain. I'm done. Like, I lost too many people to live from now ahead just maintaining. No, I got to fucking 2.0 everything.
Yeah.
I got to up my shit. To maintain right now, then I might as well die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might as well, if this is as far as it goes,
Yeah.
fuck that, then I seen it all.
Yeah.
I got more to see. I got to see my sons do more.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep pushing it. The further I push it, I see my sons getting bigger. The further I push that line, my sons get bigger.
Yeah.
And I push that shit till they pass me. Then I worry about when then my sons are like, yo, I'm good, pop. When they are way good, then I could worry about me. I don't care about nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care about zero, but my kids growing and succeeding. And for them to do that, I gotta succeed now.
Yeah.
What are they, elementary?
My oldest is 14, and my youngest is 11.
Okay.
And I gotta, and I'm also believing that I know I gotta set the bar.
Yeah. For
You
sure.
know what I mean? I set the bar for them. I say, look, I'm gonna show you how far I can take it. And I know you could take it further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's the story is just so. I mean, always. I mean, it's existed for so long of like, you know, there's a lot of people that don't have that never had that kind of parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To
True.
where like, it's like, hey, like no one set the bar, you know. For you. You
Exactly.
Know what I mean?
And you know, we don't know that our era of our parents, they worked. We didn't really see them and whatever. They had to do. It was the times. It's just what it was.
Yeah.
It was the times. We also learn from the times. If you don't learn from the times, you're not growing. Again, I don't say stagnant. That stagnant shit is a rap in my book.
Yeah.
I was stagnant for too many years. After my brother passed and my father passed, that shit is a rap.
Yeah.
They passed so I could keep growing.
Yeah.
I don't stay the same. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Did they like music
Not
or play
happening.
instruments or anything?
No, my father sang. My father was a good singer.
Oh, hell yeah.
And yeah, he sang, and you're gonna be hearing some of his music. We're gonna start rehashing this shit in some of my stuff.
Yeah.
You know, start putting it in my podcast. And
Yeah.
shit.
So there's
In
some
the
stuff that he
background.
had recorded.
Yeah, I
left
got
behind.
songs. Yeah, my father was a really good singer, but he used to sing when he
Wow.
used to drink. But he was really good singer, and he was kind of stage fright, you know. But
Yeah.
he started singing
incredible.
more, and yeah. So like, you know, I'm glad I got some of that music, and you know, my music was around my house, but my father was the only musical guy. But my brother, rest in peace, he was why I do what I do.
Got you into
he
it.
got me into it. He's the reason I want to be like him, my older brother.
Yeah,
I play
yeah.
bass because of him. I never
Yeah.
wanted to play bass to be in a band. When I said, let's do a band because anybody could do it, I said, all right, I'm going to play bass because my brother want to play bass. If he want to play bass, it must be cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
It
But you
wasn't-
started off guitar.
No, bass.
Bass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I only played guitar when I started writing music because I wanted to hear the crunch.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I write all my music on guitar.
So does Adam.
I thought it. Okay.
Same
I
shit,
thought.
yeah.
No, it was always
Guit-
bass.
Oh,
and then
okay.
what
thought
I
you
used to
guitar.
do when I learned how to play bass, to kind of write music, I would put distortion so it could kind of sound like a guitar.
Yeah.
And then I learned the bar chord. I only know one chord, a bar chord.
Wow.
But I wrote 9 albums on it.
Yo, so
Fuck.
okay, because that riff for demonstrating my style, that's a very,
You bugged out.
you know,
Thank you.
that one's a
Yeah.
unique riff.
Yeah. No,
You
but-
know,
and it's
that
funny-
one's that. Yeah, that's not a.
And it's funny you
That
say
riff
that.
ain't no punk.
And it's funny you say that because I remember putting that together with Maddie Henderson. And Maddie Henderson, that's my Yoda, you know, when it came to writing music.
Yeah.
And who I try to take him out in the best way. Like, I'm trying to take out my master. That's my
Yeah.
jet. You know,
Yeah,
that's my
yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because I know if I could take him out, he's going to be proud of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I know. And that was one of these riffs that some of these songs had these time signatures that I remember were my first markers in, wow, I could hang with some of these dudes. Because, you know, I'm playing with some of the dudes I used to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
You know, Maddie, I watched AF. I used to sneak into their shows.
Yeah.
I watched their shows. Now
Yeah,
I'm on.
he's
now,
an
now they're
amazing guitar
yeah,
player,
and
yeah.
he's a killer.
Incredible.
And then he's asking me for riffs, and I'm playing like a moron with 2 fingers. You know, and I'm like, yo, you know, I was really conscious about what I got, but while I loved Maddie was like, nah, fuck that. Like, Maddie knows music. Like, he knows it's about soul and heart. The rest is bullshit.
Yeah.
And when the minute I played shit for Maddie on the phone, set it off him on the phone. The minute he heard, he goes, whatever that is, we're using that.
Yeah.
That was it. I remember it. It wasn't even
Damn.
on the phone, one riff on a fake thing, but he was like that. And then Maddie was the biggest compliment I ever got was he would try to write how I would write, to be like, what would Hoya do?
Wow.
And I would do what he would try to do. That's
fucking-
why our
yeah.
records they worked out because we ended up complimenting each other when we were trying to go
Great
at each
combo.
other.
Yeah.
Because we were going, it's like sparring partners. We're not fighting for the title, but we're sparring with each other
Yeah.
to make each other better. We're sharpening our
Yeah,
swords,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like aggressively, but in the best way for the team. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And but yeah, there was like, you know, I got better as a player. I'm still like, I was never a technical guy. I'm not a finesse guy. I'm more of a flavor guy. I'm all about, I'm more like everybody, the kids say, nah, it's a vibe, right?
Yeah.
That's what I never wanted to be heard, but I want to be felt.
You really hear it in
that's
that
cool.
demonstrating my style riff.
Yeah,
You really hear it.
Thanks. Yeah, and again, I always wanted to feel like, you know, when a car passes by playing hip hop, you kind of.
Yeah.
I said the same thing with our music. I want you to be able to hear it. If
Yeah.
you're not jumping off, you'll be able to catch it.
Yeah.
All right, I get it.
Yeah.
And we would get that all the time. We get jazz dudes. We be rehearsing. Jazz dudes pop in the room like, yo, you motherfuckers are bad.
Yeah.
Like, they get it.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
we were demonstrating my style. Funny thing, I tell you, Willie was there. Me, Willie, Maddie. Never forget. Two old black dudes, old school jazz dudes. They popped in the room. Trumpet guys. They're like, yo, motherfuckers are bad. You want us to throw some trumpets on that? I wish we had a camera now. Because we wouldn't record, but they were mad. They were just like amped. They were like, yo, that's some cool shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
And in the music building in the city, we would always get that. It's funny. Latin, ethnic, the black dudes, or what they were, if they weren't rock dudes, they would tend to kind of. I kind of like what you guys do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because they
felt it.
Because you
felt
feel
it.
there's a lot of soul, a lot of bounce,
Yes.
a lot of just
groove.
like
Yeah.
I've always said this before, like, you know, when you think about Madball, like you even get like a you know, the NWA vibes,
yeah.
you know, you get fucking
Yeah, it's
you feel
attitude.
Mobb Deep, you know,
Yeah.
you feel like, you know, you feel those like, you know, harder,
Yeah.
You
you
feel
know,
like
hip hop.
you're in it somewhere.
Yeah,
You
feel like
exactly.
you're in it,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
In the
And it
story.
about like that, but yeah, you're feeling
Feel
good.
it.
You're feeling your skin feels tight on your body. Like
Yeah.
when you worked on, you're feeling tight. You're feeling good about.
Yeah,
That's-
like when you hear Shook Ones, you're like, damn.
exactly. It's like, and that's, you know, again, it's an attitude.
Yeah.
Like I said, you have an attitude. We got an attitude when we want to be up. You have an
Yeah.
H2O when you want to, you know, you got a slow. You want to listen to death metal. We angry. You know,
Yeah.
there's a reason for everything. You know, that's what I say.
For sure.
There's a spot for everything. I tell people, you don't got to like it. I go, do you get mad? You get happy? Okay, there might be something for you.
So
in this.
like, was it any specific hip hop artist that was like really, you know, that where you were kind of just really feeling that made you,
Like-
you know, besides like Rakim and, you know, the
Cool
the,
G?
you know,
Yeah, the Cool G. I mean, we loved everything, you know.
Okay.
All hip hop, we loved it.
Yeah.
But I got a special thing with Rakim because I would use him to write the songs.
yeah,
So
yeah.
sick.
Because a lot of also that production was simple. Like, you know, it was like the drum beat and,
Yeah.
you know, like even I Ain't No Joke is and the rest is a drum beat. Right? Not that.
Hey,
crazy, man.
So I start fucking with it, and that's how I would do shit.
got it.
You know,
Okay,
I
yeah.
kind of get in. So a lot of stuff, if you do this, you could kind of move any Madball riff
Yeah, yeah,
into
yeah.
that head bop.
Yeah. You totally can.
Demonstrate my style.
Yeah.
Same head bop, different tempo. You know.
I think he changed the game with those early records too, in the hardcore scene, to the blueprint and everything.
Yeah,
You know, the
that was
rhythm and how
not known.
people-
Again,
For
not knowing.
sure.
Yeah.
Not,
For sure.
Not knowing, but later on, I know, you know, people would say that, and again, I'm glad. One of the main things I want to do, being in a band and as a kid and as a player, because again, I didn't grow up saying I want to be in a band
Yeah.
and do all that. Once we were in it and whatever, when I was playing, I said, I made it if I did one thing. I said, I want people to look at Madball in the same breath they said, sick of it all, Murphy's Law, Agnostic Front, even if we're the last ones, but like, in the same breath of, no, that's part of the background. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Well, and
did
also,
that,
also
for
like
sure.
like that's a perfect example of like just being yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you weren't trying to you weren't doing anything that wasn't
They weren't trying to
you
fit into that
or
scene
you.
at all.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you weren't trying to because you could have literally did AF.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
You
what
literally
I
could have did that.
That's
People
what-
expected that too.
Yeah, people probably expect.
And
Yeah,
you-
for sure.
They used to literally call it Roger's Little Brothers Band.
Yeah.
And Freddie had sounded nothing like Roger. We sounded early on. We had some
Yeah.
AF songs, but whatever. And that's what I got to say. That even Freddie, he knew. He was like, made it a point. Like, yo, we're not them. He was his own person.
Yeah.
And he even know we know it. And it was a fight that we always did. But I think that also helped us become who we
Yeah.
were as a band. Like, kind of, we always represented our DNA, but we also like, yo, that's our
course.
DNA, but we are our own animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we liked it that, we kind of,
Someone close-minded wouldn't catch that.
yeah, and you know what it is? We just try to do what we do and mixed the newer flavor with the old flavor. Again, Madball's already more on the old style tip.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
playing more metallic groove shit. So when I joined Madball, I said, I got to tone it down, but how could I get off this metal shit that I want to do?
Yeah.
So I started hardcoring it down a little and bringing it in.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And those
yeah.
first two songs I wrote for Madball was Set It Off and It's Time. It's
yeah.
Time sounds like a one voice song because I didn't know what they wanted.
Great
I was
song,
like,
though,
Yeah,
man,
I know, great.
I got Set It Off,
That
but I'm like,
riff,
I had Set It
verse,
Off, and I go,
yeah.
this is too metal for them. They're gonna diss me, or like too hip hop. I was embarrassed. I was like, man, they ain't gonna get it.
Yeah.
So I gave them It's Time first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I go, check this one out first, because if you hear it, it's like a one voice song. It goes, bigger, bigger, bigger.
Yeah.
I try to go.
Dun,
Let me write a one. That's
dun,
the. I was
dun,
more on
dun,
the
For sure.
later style.
It
of
sounds like the
hardcore.
instrumental for
Yes.
One Voice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't biting it, but I was like, I
This
want to
is-
do the metal
yeah,
group
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But I ain't gonna do that.
You're not
victim
gonna
in
lead with
pain.
that. Yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah.
victim pain is victim in pain. I go, okay, so let me take the best of what I like of the One Voice and maybe, So I did that. And then
Interesting.
Maddie was like, oh, but what else you got? And then that's when I played him Set It Off. He goes, yo, what's that?
Yeah.
I like that.
And then he was like,
Yeah.
yo, that's that shit.
That's that shit.
And then that was more, and I wrote the lyrics and the music to that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so that was, not that I'm a lyricist, if you read them, they're moron lyrics. But that was at the time, when you kind of like, I got off the song and I had, it just fit. It was like one of those.
Yeah.
I was never a big song. I wrote a couple songs here and there for the band, mainly a verse or two, but that one I did everything. But again, I was trying to make a statement. Like, I also got some lyrics. I was just trying to help make my place in the band.
Yeah.
Look I'm the least talented guy, technically. I'm all this, but I got something. I was
Yeah.
still trying to be like, and they knew it.
You
like,
had a vision. You had a
I had a
vision
vision.
then,
I was
too.
like, I bring an attitude to this, and
For sure.
I just had to learn how to get it out. And with Maddie Henderson, I was able to learn how to get it out, musically. Like,
Was Roadrunner stoked on that first record when you turned it
man.
in?
Roadrunner. Shout out to Roadrunner, man. They and Howie signing us.
Howie Abrams.
But and shout out to Monty. Again, they got it. They also knew it wasn't the big money maker, but they rooted for us.
Yeah.
And I used to like to think of Madball as Roadrunner knew they had their pitbull. You know what I mean? Even if
Yeah.
we just paid I used to say we paid to change the light bulbs in Roadrunner.
Yeah.
But without those light bulbs, you're in the dark.
Yeah.
So, we were still on deck. You know what I mean?
Still on
Yeah.
deck.
And I'll tell you a funny story that Howie told me, Roadrunner story. So Case is the owner of Roadrunner.
I don't care. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
He's a Dutch guy. So early on, Toby remembers Roadrunner used to have the best Christmas parties, open bar, food, all these we would all bum rush shit and go hang out.
Yeah.
One of the first times we all roll up, we're all there, and we roll up with some of the fellas, and a bunch of gorillas and shit or whatever. In case the owner goes to Howie, who the hell are those guys? And Howie goes, you just signed them. He was like, thank God. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved
This-
it.
I know y'all.
Some iced tea.
Oh shit, these iced tea.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I like the can. I like the color.
It's the armless Palmer.
Say it again.
Armless Palmer.
Yeah, how about I want to make one called the Harry Palmer.
The Harry Palmer.
Yeah, the
I like
Harry.
that.
The Harry Palmer.
Should do that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Put some hair on your chest, on your palm. Oh, not bad. It's good.
Is there like a certain Madball record you love the most, you're most proud of?
Yeah.
It's weird. They all got moments. I think it's funny. I love to infiltrate the system,
Yeah.
which,
It's a great album.
it's a great, but what people always tend to go to Hold It Down, which is probably the most I get from people. Hold It Down, Look My Way, Set It Off, like as far as, these are the records.
Yeah.
I love stuff about all those records, but I have problems with some of those because we were still growing in some of those or stuff. And Infiltrate, not that it's flawless to me, but I think we wanted to get off of this has got to be a metallic record. We got to, we're going to up the metal and it got to be done right. We're going to, kill it, make it metallic and really technical and dress. And I think we were able to get off what we wanted to at the time, almost fully what we wanted, execute it kind of shit. So, but there's stuff, there's flavor I like, on the last record, there's stuff I like, not because it was the last record, but I think really well done songs. Like,
For sure.
like for me, like doing Rev Up.
Rev Up.
Like, man, that came out special. When we wrote it, was a cool old style song, but put together with the lyrics, with Jack and putting his whole thing, forget it. It became something else. It became something special, and again on that record,
Is that Tim Armstrong too?
yeah.
Yeah.
Again on that record, the point was I wanted to do a more musical record.
Oh, Tim produced it?
Yeah,
They did the studio.
Yeah, we did the studio. So yeah.
That whole record?
Yeah.
Oh, I
The
didn't know
boat.
that.
The boat,
at
yeah.
the boat,
Oh,
yeah.
come on,
You
deep
guys-
dive,
you guys didn't know
Lacey.
the music
Where you
video.
at, deep
Yeah,
dive,
deep dive,
Lacey?
lazy. Not that deep. He's out snorkeling.
I know,
He's
right?
snorkel lazy.
just up-
Yeah, like snorkel.
I'm just looking for
That's a cool spot though. The boat's got a lot of
No,
history, man.
great. I loved it, and it was, everything about it. Again, and all records have something special. There's one record I'm the least fondest of. That was probably what was it called? Man, I don't remember.
You forgot the name.
Damn, I forgot the name. I got freaking 9 albums.
Hold on.
No, there was, what's after Legacy?
Hold on, I got you.
It was the one with.
Oh yeah. Is there a live photo on the front?
Yeah, who's the one with this one with?
Hold on, I got you right now. I got you right now.
All right, let me check out my records. All right.
What is it called?
Let me see. So
Empire.
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 Yeah.
Well, Empire has some cool shit on it too.
Yeah.
But
That was
on that record, one of the main reasons is my wife, rest in peace, at the time was very sick, and I basically wasn't. I was nowhere there. I had riffs in that record, and I was kind of like, people would show me. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Just, not.
You're doing real life shit.
Yeah, and not even trying to diss it, like saying because I didn't have my hand on it. It's just maybe that's why I don't feel that way. It's because I just whatever. Like maybe because I wasn't involved. I feel like that. But
that's how I feel about the Go
That's
record.
how he feels about
the Go record. I wasn't involved. My head was not there.
Exactly, and in the band, for the last I don't know how many years, I am involved a lot in the building of these songs. So when I had to hear it back, I would have done this. I should, and then I knew real life was in the way. So I just tended to kind of, it is what it is.
You checked out on it.
Yeah, I checked out, and by the time I didn't know. I'm trying to make it happen, but I was dealing with a lot of heavy stuff, and I kind of was just kind of like, now that's cool. When I would never just deal with that's cool.
Oh, got it.
In my album, I gotta be like, nah, that shit gotta I gotta kill me. That riff gotta kill me and smash me 20 times before I let you hear it once. Yeah. So meaning I hear it, dope. Nah, I gotta hear it again. Nah, it sucks. Oh, I like it again. I gotta like it 20, 30 times before I even let you hear it.
Yeah.
So that's why I know I put a lot of time in it. So I expect everybody else to do the same in general. Because I'm one of those guys. I just like to work and build. Yeah. Especially if it's anything building together, like with the podcast with him. When you got a team, you worked on a team, right? Yeah. You can't flip in the air, nobody's catching your ass, right?
Yeah.
Right? But same thing, they can't get off their flips without, the same thing. Yeah. So it's kind of like one of those things, so it's like.
And you guys are like banging out records too, like the touring cycle, then the new record, like you guys are like. That was so hard, man.
Back then, though, it was like that. You had to put out a record every 2 years.
Yeah.
Year and a half, you start writing it. You put out your record, you
tour
a year.
Maybe they forget.
Yeah, they forget. A year of touring it, half a year, okay, let's start getting in the studio. It takes another couple months, you drop it. It's 2 years since the last record. 94, 96, 98.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. That's how it was. Roadrunner, boom, boom, boom. And that's also why I also like kind of the bands like recording on that like we did. We did shit old school. We did shit a tough way that I'm glad I did it now. You know what I mean? Just to say, we went through the ropes.
We did that, yeah.
Yeah, we did it the hard way because we had it's harder to be it's easier to be a fluke nowadays. Back then, you had to follow up right away, and you had all eyes on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was, set it off, demonstrate my style, look my way, hold it down. Like, we had to keep... We had to kind of outdo everyone. Now, remember, even then, we got over Roadrunner. Now what? We got to hit him Epitaph. Now we got to hit him with a new label, a new angle. The whole even big part of being with Epitaph was we're the hard guys on there. Man, that's a dope, crazy little angle.
Deal. It was a big deal getting on there.
A bugged out, like, Bizarro world type shit. That the label you never expected to have Madball. Now we're going to do that. And then we hold it down. Let's put out this record, some real,
Even harder, yeah.
But then Freddie went on vacation.
So
Rikers Island.
Yeah.
So when that record came out, was he already in jail?
No, we had recorded the record, and they had the whole plan, and then he went to jail, I think, when we were supposed to start doing the early part of the touring.
Wow.
So, but what happened...
So you didn't get to tour that record?
No, he was in jail for the first part of it.
But when he came out, he did, right?
When he came out, we continued, but... It's
how long had it been since the album was out when he came out?
I don't know, maybe a couple of months.
Okay.
But you know how it is, even back then, you had the hype. It was hype, and you had to catch it. That way, you couldn't catch it online.
Yeah.
You had to make a spectacle. Yeah. Come to the big show, and this. When he came out, again, shout out to Epitaph. I give it to them because they could have easily said, you know what, let's just he got out. Let's just forget about it and call it a wrap. They were like, when he got out, okay, let's just finish up this record. We're gonna try to continue and do what we got to do. Yeah. So then it was. We put out a brand new record, and homeboy goes away for It's kind of a new label. They were already like they knew they were dealing with, but but they wanted it, but like maybe they didn't want that to happen to them, but they were glad it was us. But
Yeah.
no, but shout out to them. And then that happened, so it kind of sucked. They might have took out some of the fire at the moment, but later on, that's the record that a lot of people tend to be like, yo, that's my favorite record.
Yeah, it's interesting how that shit works.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because in that moment, you're like, fuck, nobody's going to hear this. No
Yeah.
promotion. It's a
Yeah.
rap. It's over. Nobody cares. And then years pass.
Yeah,
It's like the Hazen Street too, though.
Yeah, it is.
We put that record out. We had some amazing tours for 1 year. People didn't know what the fuck it was, what
Yeah.
to expect,
Yeah.
right? And we had our expectations in a sense. It was a great year
Yeah.
of touring. And then we went back to doing what we did, and we kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, people like over the years, like, yo, we love that record.
It's like,
really?
yeah.
Where were you when it came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those they hear and then think, oh, I wish I could have seen. Oh, what? And it becomes like a
Nostalgic kind of thing that they
you know.
missed this time.
Yeah, when
You
we
know
were
what I'm
out,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was time, because we were doing great, and then what happened with us is that the Good Charlotte had this huge record. They got their imprint, and then by the time their second album was coming, the follow-up to that, our record just came out, and it was like all eyes on them. So we got pushed to the wayside,
Yeah.
and they had a double album that came out. So that was like the little baby DC flag. Now it's time to focus
Yeah.
on Good Charlotte. We were like, okay, we kind of just got pushed.
And there was new people coming in Epic running the company, and they're looking at us. They're just looking at numbers. So the record didn't even come out, and we did some damage on that budget.
I know. I just found the guy's business card who was our main dude. He brought the Clash over. That little guy who loved us. I forget his name.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
But like, yo, we were in a bus from Jump.
From Jump.
First
full
tour
crew.
was
Oh, really?
Story of the Year,
yes.
House of Blues.
Main support. Our
Story
whole
of the Year.
Oh, you guys were main support.
Yeah,
Shit.
our first show was House of Blues sold out. Our whole road crew was Royce, Warren, my boy Martin, like our boys.
It was
full
crazy.
Oh,
road.
Warren. Oh, hell yeah.
We had our boys.
Yeah.
We were driving.
Put everybody on.
We're smoking in the band, and Warren looks at me because we used to talk about it. Man, one day we all imagine we make. He's like, we made it. Like we're all on tour together on a bus, not nobody
own
else.
bus, bro.
Our
Yeah.
own bus, only all people, all fam. Like we were like, yo, we made it. Like,
That was
kinda
just a
shit.
real
Damn.
fucking time,
Retarded.
man.
It was ridiculous. Like,
Everything we
damn.
did that POD, the Europe. No,
Sum
we-
41.
We didn't do Europe though.
No,
That's right.
no, we did Lacuna Coil POD. We did Sum 41, Yellow Card, and Yellow Card in fucking Japan.
Newfound Glory, Japan.
Newfound Glory, Story of the Year,
Warp Tour.
Warp Tour.
Oh man, great
And
Warp Tour.
They flew us to do a showcase in the middle of Warp Tour. The whole crew, everybody at the W.
We were
I lived in
chilling,
Queens,
bro.
and I said, "Fuck that! I'm staying at the W." Thank you, Epic.
We shot our video on Lower East Side at our own trailer with
Yeah.
Tim Bergman. Shout out Tim Bergman.
Yeah,
Nike.
shout out to Tim.
All
the
brand
kid.
new everything. Velour suits for these guys.
Yo,
Nikes.
Ezek rolled up. He thought there was like somebody got killed because the streets were closed down. He's like, I
For
thought
real.
somebody got shot.
That's so funny.
And I'm like, yo, like we had the street shut down in the LES. Again,
It was crazy.
how great is
bro.
that? This is like the streets we hung out in. We
Yeah.
had literally shut the street down, had a trailer. We had the roof on. I remember walking into the trailer.
It was like we made it, bro. It
we
was
did.
Crazy.
We made it for that time. I walked in the trailer. I had three Nike velour suits with 3 pairs of Uptowns waiting for me.
Brand new, man.
I was like, Ma,
What the
Beyond
fuck?
made it. Like,
catering.
catering. All right, so they had catering. We had a food truck. And the guy comes up to me with the earpiece, hey, Hoya, what's up? You know, what do you want? I'm like, oh, what do you got there? He goes, yo, we got this and that. I go, but what do you want? I was like, what do you mean, what do you want? I said, I want fried chicken and this. I got fried chicken. I was like, I could get used to this shit.
Dude.
You know, I was
That
like,
was a crazy
ridiculous,
time, man.
ridiculous.
It was,
you
a
know?
That's
it was a
wild.
fun moment. Like,
And yeah, us flying, road crew, doing all that.
Showcase
bars,
for the label.
Showcase.
Yeah.
You know, we would have, we were sponsored by Nike. We'd go in, how about those? We go in Nike and just take over. We all getting,
walk through, get anything you
Walk
want, bro.
through.
They let you have everything you want.
My
we
boy
were-
Tim, yeah,
yeah,
man.
we got to pick how you build your Nikes.
Design your own shoes.
Design your
Okay,
shoes.
okay, yeah.
So, you got, I said, I got a pair of Nikes now that got every animal skin that Nike had on it. One pair has snake, kangaroo, croc, every.
Sorry to the vegan listeners.
But you want to know what? I think it
Fake.
really was fake, but it was
Yeah.
like the texture they made
Yeah,
it.
you wanted to go super hard on
Yeah,
it.
but
though.
I went hard. I said, every animal you got is going on this one. But
Yeah.
again, we got to do some like really cool shit, play arenas.
Yeah, do
you
a
know,
POD.
know.
Shit like we never done before.
Yo, we did do Europe. Remember we did the festival?
Oh, Girls Rock.
Gross Rock.
That was
we
sick.
just went
We
in-
did?
We did a small show in Germany,
You're right.
Dusseldorf, and Gross Rock, and then we came home.
Girls Rock was sick. You can look at you can
Yeah.
deep dive that.
I'll
was,
deep dive that.
Yeah.
that was the thing with that.
That was 04?
And,
Girls Rock?
and we did Asia with the hardcore tour. No, did Hazen play that?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Harley and
Oh
all
my
that
God, the
bullshit.
great-
those
Hey.
tours. Yeah, right.
I don't want to talk about it. It was so
No,
good.
but we
One
were
of
on
my-
that.
Yeah.
But Hazen played that one, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, okay.
He told me one of my favorite stories.
Well, I
about
don't know if
you.
we want to get into the
I
problem.
won't say. We
All-
can't say it on the pod.
all I know,
but-
all I know is he knows how Hoya feels about punk rock and the Bad Brains.
Oh yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh, it's so fun. It was
Yeah, I
such a
love it.
great.
Oh,
It
great.
was like 4 shows, right?
Crazy. What you
Magma.
When they told us, oh, you're gonna go to Underdog, H2O, Murphy's Law, whatever. I said, yeah, Metallica, Black Sabbath, Michael Jackson, Biggie Smalls. Okay, what else? There's gonna be sponsored by weed and fried chicken and chocolate. What else? I was like, it seemed fake. Remember, we were like, this can't be real. And then the next thing you know,
We're there, dude.
you know, later on there was a little bit problem with some people getting paid, but
Yeah.
we did make it out there.
Told you that story.
Yeah, you told me that story.
We
You
did make it out there.
Yeah.
We were all in
Killed
Okinawa. We went to Japan. Like, all of us. Like, man, you know.
Oh, this wasn't the Nagoya show.
No.
There's some other shit.
Oh,
This
the
is
other
what
shit.
H2O, Madball,
Underdog, Sick of It All, Bouncing Souls.
Crazy.
Who else?
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law. Damn, it was crazy, man.
Yeah, the other guy.
Other guys, yeah, other shit.
that
That one.
guy. And that guy.
But it was that was and Japan. The record really did well in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, because all of our other bands did pretty well there.
Japan
Damn.
is great in general.
And it was on like a bigger label or something. I forget it was on there.
And you know, a band like that is total Japan. It's like stylish. It's cool. It has
Yeah, yeah.
attitude. You know, it's kind of right up the boat on the
Yeah, yeah,
style out
Did
there.
you have crazy expectations for Hazen Street, and were you bummed that it didn't take off, or no?
No, I saw where it could have happened.
Timing.
You know, it was timing. And for a
big
minute
part of
that
it was timing.
for a minute that we knew, we were like, not that we know. I never thought once we had it, but I'm like, wow, we're close. This
Yeah.
could happen.
Yeah.
I always thought this could happen because we walk in an Epic and full blown fantasy. Like I walk in, what's up, ladies? Like I know I'm in there, hey Hoya. Like, but you know what I mean?
Fuck
You know, it'd be like that. I'll turn up a little bit on purpose just to be a little ignorant. And see how much I could get over.
Yeah.
And they'd be, hi, oh, that's our new band. Oh, that's our new, and we got that whole treatment.
It was true, man.
Like, no joke.
That's a wild treatment. to
No
get.
joke. We did the showcase, and I put it like this: in that life, I want shout out to certain people that were on our side and to whatever.
Yeah.
But I had what you call it something that happened to me there that was one of those like wow next level where they were like yo I want to introduce you to some people. We do the showcase and I'm meeting some corporate people, this dude and that. And they go, we want to meet you. I want you to meet this guy. He's BBB / whatever, former, captain or whatever that works for a record company or whatever. Basically, they're like, you have any problem? He makes them disappear. I was like, we on some next level shit right now. Like, there was
if
just
you get in trouble, don't worry
no,
about it.
yeah, don't worry. Like, and my homeboy goes to me, I had a whole bunch of parking tickets. They just disappeared. He just told me like that. And that's just parking tickets. Long story short, it was kind of weird sometimes when they would tell me, why would you even say that?
Yeah.
Later on.
Do you want us to get in
and-
trouble to
and
get
then,
headlines?
And then later on, a couple other things happened where it's kind of weird when I remember, even, the Twins. Shout out to the Twins for having, for signing us.
Yes.
But I remember even them being like, yo, just be yourselves. Whatever you feel you got to do, you do it. I remember being like, that's kind of weird to tell. It's like telling piranhas, go ahead and go eat that carcass if you want. Then we realized when we heard that there was a, what do you call that? You get a thing on you. What do you call that? Insurance. There was something on the band where, in rock and roll, they kind of like that. So they kind of wanted it. They were. I think people were expecting us to be
Wild.
Motley Crue, wild, go wild out and little, and don't worry.
And meanwhile, everybody pretty much it was like a known thing that this is going to be a really professional thing
Yeah.
we're going to try. It has nothing to do with any of the other bands,
Weird.
how we acted, how any kind of reputation.
The hood shit was out the door.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
like a bring like the Warp Tour.
Yeah.
Somebody almost called it the Warp Tour, but they didn't because we're being professional.
We thought from learning all our bands, okay, let's try to do this thing where we have an opportunity and we like it, we back it, let's try to go high.
100%. It was
And
totally
then
opposite.
Basically, motherfuckers are telling us, yo, we almost want you to be animals because it paints the rock and roll picture.
Yeah, I mean it's called Hazen Street.
Without
saying
saying it,
Yeah.
without saying it, that was said. And then later on, you put it together, and you're like, oh, of course. And that's what happens. There's a lot of these bands that they get caught if it's drugs or doing stuff you don't hear about because they got buffers. Because
It's interesting,
there's
right?
buffers, and there's reasons there's buffers because there's millions of dollars behind these people, and unfortunately, people will ignore some real serious shit for money.
Mm.
Ugh.
You know what I mean?
So you think if Hazen Street got wild and crazy and actually
We were covered.
then maybe we would have blew up?
Maybe. Because
Got some
again,
headlines?
unfortunately, that's the fantasy. When you see a band, the average person, I think they got to be so constricted in their everyday life. You listen to music to try to be like, let me live through them.
Let me escape from it.
Let me escape. Let me be the wild guy with the pain in his face yelling. Let me be the party guy.
So after that initial, like, when it, like, ended, how long, like, until you guys did, like, a Hazen Street reunion?
It kind of faded, right?
Just
It
faded
just kind
out,
of, like,
kinda
slowed
fizzled
down.
out,
And then
man.
we were like, okay, what happens? And then everybody kind of went back to their thing.
To their bands.
And it kind of was like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like, also, there was never a follow-up like, hey, guys, maybe, things didn't work out. I'll say what it is.
Do we have a bad taste in our mouth kind of when the shit kind
Yeah,
of
I say what it is because I got no shame in my game, and it is what it is. We didn't see no motherfuckers at the end of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to be honest with you, like I said, I give them props for signing us and cool. But right when we knew we were getting off, they were getting off the label. We had done the Good Charlotte. It was Good Charlotte Sum 41 tour. I don't think we saw them. I don't think they came and even said what's up to us the whole tour to the last day. But we were on your label.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like beef or nothing. They had their own, they're probably just trying to keep alive in their own world. But we never seen on the way out, it was never like that. I got no beef. Like, it's all cool in the gang.
Yeah.
But it was a weird exit. And I guess that's some major label shit.
It was a weird exit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was business.
Yeah, it is.
Kinda
It's interesting because I think a lot of times when those situations go down like that, I don't think it's anyone's, like, intention to like.
They
It's
had
just like,
no
damn, it's like,
control of
damn,
the situation.
Yeah.
I
I
have
don't
no
think.
control, and
Yeah.
They had
and
no
it's all
power
it's
over
all
it.
and it's obviously like, an awkward conversation to maybe even have, and like you don't know what to say,
For
you don't
sure.
know what to do. It's like, what the fuck, like,
Yeah.
how the fuck?
But
did
at
we
the
get
same
here,
time,
you know?
it's people's livelihoods, grown-ass
Exactly.
adults'
Yeah.
livelihoods.
So
Yeah.
it's the same thing, but I realized that being a grown man. Like, okay,
Looking back on it now?
why? Yeah, exactly, because exactly what he says is livelihood. And also, yeah, they were younger, but also you're in a position where you're running a company. So you should kind of up your game and know how you do things. There's a way of doing good business and bad business. There's good bedside manner and bad bedside.
Yeah.
I hear you, it's awkward. But don't you think it's more awkward? Now we don't see your face. We're on tour together.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
couldn't get you out of the backstage before that. Now we don't even see your face, and we're playing arenas every day together.
And like a brand new band, like as guinea pigs, as a trial run
Yeah.
for a label like that imprint. But we weren't guinea pigs. We weren't brand new band. We've been doing it for a long time in
You've
other
been doing it
bands.
for a
And
long
again,
time.
I don't hold nothing personal. 'Cause
Yeah.
I agree. I think it was, they had no choice. But I just think with them, I hope they would have learned. They could have been like, it would have been well more respected. Yo, dude,
So sorry.
we're cornered. We got no control now. We're trying to take care of our business. Yo, that would have been easy. Yo, I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever we got to do, we got to do. It was different than what
Yeah.
now? Do we have a label? Are we on the label?
We were kind of
Yeah.
lingering.
Also, it seems like you guys went on your end went about it in a very professional, mature way. You were like, hey, we
100%.
fucking got Madball, H2O.
Just
we
kept
gotta
it moving.
fucking, but not saying.
But we had no choice.
Not
That's what
even.
we had.
You're not saying like. Because I'm trying not to make it like problematic is what I'm saying. But like, I mean, you understand what I'm saying. Like, on your end, yes, you did go about it mature. I'm not trying to call that
No,
side
for sure.
immature, but like you guys handled this as fucking gentlemen.
Yeah, we had to.
Because you could have got fucking buck wild.
Exactly, for sure. And they
You know.
and you would like to think they know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would like, and they know it. But at the same time, it wasn't even about that. You know what I mean? Because it was on some other shit. Like it was supposed to be a team.
Yeah.
Your new label, your new band, they were into us. They were they were definitely into it.
Yeah.
They wanted it. They were like, we're gonna sign you, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, damn, that's it. Once the minute you hit one lump, you just abandon ship.
Yeah.
Again, not holding it fully. It was bigger than that. They were trying to keep, alive on their own part. But I mean, I just think maybe them being younger at the time might have been a thing where just being a little bit more mature. You could have just been a little bit more vocal. I think it would have been, again, zero beef or anything. But I think it would have been a better talk for us now, being like, yeah, we had a
Just
talk.
a conversation.
Yeah, conversation-wise, instead of being like, what happened? We're like, I don't know. We just stopped seeing them. And we seen them 5, 6, 10 years later.
Yeah.
You know, it's all good, but
You know-
it's
It's all
all
good,
weird,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
You know what sucks? We did making the video for MTV too.
Yeah.
I have it on DVD,
saw
so,
that.
but it never came out. I don't think.
You got it. You got to get it to me.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. I have
Yeah,
it on
I
DVD.
never seen it.
He
Yeah,
showed
yeah.
me it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
never
cool.
seen it.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember we did it, but never fucking seen it.
I had just said, Max, so after Hazen Street, that shit was a hiatus for us. I went and worked in lugged gear, and I worked for Golden Voice, and I was the loader at the Elway
Fonda.
the Fonda Theater for a year and a half, loading gear, setting up gear. People were like, yo, you're in H2O, can I get a photo? What are you doing? I said, I just had a kid. I need a job.
Yeah.
I was there loading with all these freaking suspect-looking Peckerwood motherfuckers for
They all
a
work
year.
those jobs.
Yeah, but then I hired Ezak. I hired Danny Boy. I hired Loki one time. It was a great day. It was one day. But yeah, I just
It was
had to-
one day.
That was a
but
great day.
But I did what I had to do after that, man, because it wasn't the best, the most gangster shit we didn't talk about. I don't know if Freddie talked about, like, some people in the band didn't really have, like, want to be on the books, when we got our advance money. Shout out to John Reese, our manager, who fucking was one of the first people to find Limp
Remember John Reese?
Bizkit.
Yeah.
He did a bunch of amazing shit. You can Google John Reese. He's
Yeah.
a crazy-ass, awesome manager.
Yeah.
Somehow he got advance money from Epic Records in cash.
Oh.
And we're in the backyard of his house in Laguna Beach
Yep.
counting cash for advance money for our pockets.
Yeah.
Because nobody wanted to be in the books,
Yeah,
bro.
and one of the times we had to pick up some of the money, and me and Dave rolled up, and he's like coming out with like an envelope, like wild shit, like but cash. We were like,
Y'all
yo,
fucking wild.
But
Yeah.
John Reese, you're a real one. Thank you
Yeah.
for doing that, because
Yeah, shout-
nobody's ever fucking done that with advance
yeah,
money.
yeah, we got that. It was pretty crazy. It was. What about Homeboy, kickboxer?
Oh, that was his partner.
what was his name?
I don't know.
He
Is
had
it-
knocked out Chuck Liddell in kickboxing.
Damn.
He was a
He
cool
was a
dude.
kickboxer.
He was a partner of our manager.
Partner,
Freeze manager.
Man,
Freeze
well, I
management.
can't believe
John
I forgot
Oaks.
his name.
He's a fighter?
Yeah,
he
he
used to
used
be,
to
yeah.
kickbox, and he had knocked out Liddell in kickboxing back in the day. Big white boy, and he used to be John Reese's home. Like,
Yeah.
he was a good dude, man. I feel fucked up. I
He
forgot his
managed
name.
us. He managed The Used. He managed Story of the Year.
Big guy?
Well, John Reese managed all three of us
And
at
he
the
was
time.
doing
he
Guns
was-
N'
he was-
Roses, wasn't he?
This
Guns
guy
N'
was-
Roses.
This guy was friends with John Reese.
No, he's his partner.
Partner.
He's his
He
partner.
was one of our managers. Fuck, I wish I knew his name, man.
It's killing me because he loved us too.
Yeah.
Big white
big
boy.
dude, big white boy.
White boy.
Would you want to do another Hazen Street record like 20 years later, and you think we could pull it off and have that same energy?
Like, yeah, if we're in the room building it together.
Yeah.
Because that's how we did the last record.
Yeah.
And there's proof in that. I used to be, you could do a great record, but you do a better record altogether.
Yeah.
Fly it in. What do you mean fly it in? No, let's bake together.
I remember the producer was
You ain't gonna beat that.
so like in awe of Mackie, just one take and
Yeah.
shit. He's like, who the fuck is this guy? He knew the Bad Brains were.
Yeah,
He had
yeah.
done POD. He'd done My Chemical Romance after that. He did some big records. What was his name? Our producer of that record.
Who produced it was Mike something, the
Yep,
engineer.
yep.
He had he tracked
and we demoed it.
who you call it, Bon Jovi, a couple big dogs.
His name
he
is
was the guy-
Mike?
Mike
Yeah.
something-
He did My Chemical Romance?
He
Yeah.
tracked,
Like
he
that
tracked
first
it.
one?
He tracked it, but this dude, Ben, what's his name? The producer.
Can you look up the producer of the Hazen
See,
Street
I'm looking
record?
at
He wore sweatpants.
I just added him.
I know.
It's fucking, come on, man. We were with him the whole time.
I know.
You're killing me now.
He was so interested. He was like being sweatpants. He was
Yeah, he was crazy.
I know.
He did
He did their
Big records.
Their
yeah,
big records.
Tell us some big
Chemical
records, Deep
Romance,
Diver.
Hooba Stank.
Yes.
He did all those bands.
Is it Matt? Is
No,
his name?
Ben.
Look up who produced the Hazen Street
yeah.
record.
Okay, hold
He's
on,
a
hold
huge
on.
producer,
Yo,
man.
now you're killing me. Now this fucking.
Not-
No,
not
I'm
Ross
sorry, hold on.
Robertson.
I got it.
No.
No.
I want to say
I
it
can
was Ben-
see his name right now.
Ben.
What's funny is when you Google Hazen Street, it says supergroup.
Oh,
Let's see what the producer was.
Howard Benson.
Howard Benson.
Howard
Howard Benson,
motherfucker.
yeah.
Okay, Chappelle, tell us some records he did, though.
Yeah.
Howard Benson did My Chemical Romance, huge records,
Yeah.
man, after that. He was massive, dude.
Yeah, Howard Benson. And Mike something, he's one who tracked the record. And my bass tech and guitar tech
Okay.
was homeboy from Buck Cherry.
That's right, the Buck Cherry guy.
Yeah, it was mad cool. Mike, too, I think was his name.
He had the Buck.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, Buck Cherry as a bass tech, Chappelle.
Shout out to Buck
What,
Cherry.
really?
Yeah, one of the
Buck
guys
Cherry?
at Buck,
Buck
Cherry.
Cherry.
I know that band.
Yeah.
Damn, that was such a good moment recording
Yeah, it
at
was
Swing
crazy.
House. You guys
Okay.
did Oakwood.
Oh shit, he did T.O. Sewell Revenge.
I love that record. This is one of my favorites.
But like
as well.
as far as like,
Big records, man.
oh my
Hooba
god,
Stank,
did some
POD.
Motorhead stuff, Body Count.
Wow.
Less Than Jake stuff. He did Sepultura Against. Oh wow,
Oh, I
he
didn't
did.
know he did
I
He
didn't know
did.
he did
He
that.
did POD.
Which album? The big one?
Satellite.
The fundamental elements of that was '99, and he also did.
The big one.
Oh, he only did
Sat-
one track.
oh,
The
that-
one in 2000. Yeah, he did
That's
Satellite.
the big one.
Fuck. He did.
Fuck.
Damn. He did Crazy Town. He did.
He did Come My Lady, Come My Lady. Get the fuck out of here.
He did a Santana album. He did a Hoobastank album. He did a lot of.
I follow him. I just hooked up. I added him on
really?
Instagram. Yeah, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Long time.
My Chemical
cool.
Romance, Papa Roach.
Yeah.
God damn.
What's My Chem record? The big one?
The
Don't tell me the Black
the
Parade.
big one.
The Black Parade?
Not the Black Parade one.
And I'll give you yo, shout out to Gerard and
American.
freaking My Chemical Romance because
Yo.
people don't know, he was delivering the DATs to our sessions because he was helping Howard Benson at the time. Because Howard Benson was helping them do their record. This was before they blew up.
And he would come watch Hazen Street on
Kelly
the tour.
He did Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. And Gerard also knows what's up. He saw Madball back in the day and a bunch of bands in Jersey. He would roll up. That's when we met him.
Yeah.
When we met him, mad cool.
On the Warped Tour.
And then
Skiba too. Skiba would watch Hazen Street every day in the Warped Tour.
Skiba just hit me up the other day. Well, he just hit me on Instagram. Shout out to Skiba, man. Word up.
Every day be chilling with us watching the set. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Shout out to them. You know what's Skiba was with Hazen. He was in there. He was always repping for us. It was a handful of people.
He did a fucking Rascal Flatts album.
Are you still listening to new hip hop nowadays? That you keep it on?
I try to. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I listen, but it's a little too crazy for me. Like a lot of the trap stuff. Like I never thought I would say it, but too many kids are dying. Not that I wouldn't say that, but I'm saying the music is getting is kind of like I think is really drawing kids back onto some extra violent shit because I had my time with that shit too, but I think now that the whole trap movement is it's basically the same thing. It's hip hop from the streets. You could say what it is. It's this kind of drug dealer music. It always drug dealer music. You know what I mean, and that stuff. But I think now the whole the whole gunplay thing is bigger than ever in the hip hop world, and part of it is social media.
Social media.
It magnifies
why?
everything.
Because now you talk shit on, so everybody see you gotta prove a point right away.
Prove a point,
yeah.
And
that's how
the
people
problem.
got too, like their locations and just posting
Everything.
stuff.
Also,
and
I mean, the kids that didn't grow up in that type of environment, it's fantasy to them.
Total fantasy.
Total fantasy to them. Like you see it. It's like, bro, you didn't grow up in that environment. Like, why are you fucking? I love NWA, Ice Cube, all that shit. I didn't grow up in that environment.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. Like, but I'm not gonna sit here and fucking act like I'm Tupac.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna smoke weed because I love Snoop.
Like I'm like fucking.
But people, sometimes they have to learn the hard way.
Yeah,
because they think it's cool, and it's like, yo,
it's not cool.
It's a lifestyle, and it's a culture. It's like saying like. You acting like a blood or a Crip is like me trying to go to a synagogue and say I'm Jewish in front.
Yeah. It's exactly.
People don't understand.
Exactly.
It's deeper than a color. It's deeper than thing. That shit is embedded in you.
Because they think it's like, oh, that's how I get tough.
Yeah,
and it's like, bro, no.
It's like, no.
Like, if that's not your life, that's not like that doesn't need to be your fucking life.
It's your environment. A lot of times, people that are connected is because your environment.
Your environment, and it's completely understandable.
Yes,
I get it.
And that's why. And then, again, being male, I think we have a thing at a point in our lives where we have a little angst where we like a little bit. We gotta let loose. If it's testosterone or whatever, I think we got that. But if we don't have a outlet, that could happen.
It could happen
because I always had I come from a good family and I've always been a happy guy. But if I taste blood, I really like the way it tastes.
Yeah,
that's my problem. You know what I mean? You give me a problem to turn up. You give me a chance to turn up. I won't turn up for nothing, but when it's time to turn up, I get excited.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Like
I
know myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I know I ain't going to flip for nothing. And when it's time to flip, I know it's for something real. And now it kind of gives me an excuse to go all out.
Yeah.
And it ain't always a good thing.
Good. I've been reading this book, and it talks about that. Like, whenever someone gets angry, like, whatever they do, the way they react, it's a goal. It's a goal as to why they do that. That's your goal. Your goal is to fucking get that buck.
Yeah.
It's not people like, oh no, I just acted on the no. It's your goal to fucking there's no mistake as to why you did you chose.
Yes.
It's that so that's your fucking goal.
Yes.
To react that way.
Yes. And
you thought it was like you thought that was the correct way to fucking act, and meanwhile, it's you pretty much just said it yourself. Like, if you taste blood, you're like, ooh, now I got a reason to fucking have like, and that's what these kids are probably thinking in some of these fucking songs. It's like, oh, it's my goal. Like, no, you're not. It's not. Especially if it wasn't your fucking environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when someone grows up in the environment, I get it. Like that's all they see. That's all they fucking know. They don't know outside of the environment.
Yeah.
But if you're fucking not in that environment and you see that, no, it's your goal to be that fucking.
Yeah,
you know
what it is
that
nowadays.
shit.
There's no repercussions for things right away. Back in the day, you get smacked in your face if you said "fuck you" to your mother. She smacked you in your face.
She'll smack you dog shit in
She'll
your face.
smack you right in your face.
Yeah.
Now these kids are trying to sue their mother. Or they're gonna write their mother an email how they don't feel they feel violated. She ain't doing her job as a mother.
Yeah.
An email.
Yeah. And then and that's what it is. There's a difference.
Yeah. There's
But
a big difference.
I think, and it's not trying to be on some old tough guy shit, but I think when you get punched in the face once, you kind of think
you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, just meaning when you don't gotta literally get punched, but like, hey, there's repercussions for what you say, and they're not always gonna be positive.
Yeah.
True.
Everybody doesn't think how you think. I tell my son when he's going out and walking, I say, yo, pay attention when you cross the street. I know what I'm doing. I say, I know you know what you're doing, but I don't know what these other motherfuckers are doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you could be 1,000%. That guy could only be 90%. That 1% is going to kill you.
Yep.
100%. So don't tell me what it is.
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what I
interesting.
mean?
Yeah. It's interesting, especially like not to get like so deep online, but like
No, but it's true.
Yeah, you see some people talk shit, and it's like, man, you would never say that to that motherfucker's face.
You know,
would
We talk about it all the
never.
time, especially on social media
I'm
and
like,
everything, man.
there's no way.
Just about friends that we know from the scene.
Yeah,
Just
same
like,
thing.
like-
hey, there's stuff that I won't say because I know if I'm going to say it, all right, if I'm going to say to you, I'm ready to
I'm
go.
gonna say it to your face.
I'm going to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
to you, and also because I'm going to fight you. We're going to
Yeah,
fight. I'm
we're
going
ready
to
to
hit you with a
go.
chair.
Yeah, yeah.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Somebody's got to go.
Yeah, where it's like now you can
Somebody's got to pay. Somebody's paying that piper.
but the online shit, this way people can just talk shit to anybody they want.
Yeah,
and
now
get
you
away
go.
with it, man.
I get bullies
But
all
it's
the
like,
time.
yeah,
You do?
Not all the time, but I have.
Yeah.
And I'm cool now.
But
I'm
also,
saying,
go ahead.
well, not a lot of times, but I've had times like like just little snaps, like kind of here and there. People kind of be like,
Do people DM you and say shit?
yeah, like a little bit here and there, like I'll try to be like, again, this was more when we started playing the shows again, and people
Yeah,
started
yeah,
talking
yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then they try to be like, oh, you guys are just a bunch of a tough guy, a masculine, this and that. I'm like, well, am I a man? Yes, I am. Masculine, very. Sorry to break it to you. Now, what's your point?
Yeah.
I also, there's a lot of ladies that are feminine, and there's some that I'm at, okay, what's your point with this?
Yeah.
What's your point with this?
It's interesting because like I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I'll just let that shit be.
Exactly.
You gotta let if that's the world that is, I'm gonna let it live the way it is.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, I don't have to partake in it.
Exactly.
I ain't gotta reply to you, dummy.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I learned that.
I don't know you.
And
You just respond to people that talk shit?
No, I never did. I did maybe once, and I did something. I usually hit them with new episode of the Smoking Word podcast on Thursday. Straight up, I usually hit them with one of those. Or I don't cater. I've been lucky, not so much, but I've had people kind of, they make wise
It
remarks
happens. Yeah.
because they try to be like the tough guy shit, or they try to this and that. But in general, I am who I am, and people who know me in front of a camera, on stage, or whatever, I'm the same dude.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm
motherfuckers know
saying.
who I am.
It's interesting that I think they say tough guy because that's their own problem.
Yeah.
Projecting.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
meaning like they wish they could feel tough or something like that. I think that's that feeling of when you call someone
Insecurities
when you
people
call
have.
someone a tough guy, like
Yeah.
it's like I would never say that about a person. Like,
I know
oh,
you-
they're just tough guy.
Yeah, just a tough
That's
guy.
a weird thing
I agree.
to just say to
I-
another person. It's like, oh, she's just feminine.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
does it, like that's how that sounds.
Yeah,
oh, she's
yeah.
just feminine. So
And-
what? So what is? What the fuck does that even mean? Like, what
Yeah.
do you mean tough guy? Like,
I would say that, and I learned that, and I started acknowledging that when I heard people call Madball, when it started, oh, they're a tough guy hardcore band. Wait. Tough guy hardcore. I go, hardcore's in the name.
yeah,
It's a given. Even the most melodic,
Yeah.
soft hardcore, the idea is you're doing it with an attitude. That
Hardcore.
Hardcore, it comes out of hardcore punk.
Yeah.
It wasn't punk because it was a harder style of punk. Everybody, I'm giving you 411, everybody.
Yeah.
True.
That's why I say I'm a hardcore kid.
yeah. Hardcore.
I know where
yeah.
the DNA comes from.
Yeah.
But I come from the hardcore part. When they banged and the baby came out, that's where I came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm part of the mother and my father. That's a hardcore kid.
Yeah.
You know, that came out of the whole punk and the metal. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah, big
yeah.
time.
So it's like, but it's weird.
It's interesting, but like because here's the thing, if it's said to me like or whatever, like whatever, if it's said to any of us, we know who the fuck we are. We know who we are better than the person that's writing me.
Yeah.
So it's like, why the fuck would I get mad
Yeah.
about someone that
Yeah.
has no clue who the fuck I am.
You know, it's hard because we are passionate guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
I
are.
always
We
say
are.
that.
And passion, you know, it takes us a time to realize that.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I got thick skin. I get offended.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I get
Naturally,
offended
we're
'cause
human.
I'm like, because we don't put out that energy to
Especially
get
if it's
that.
not true. You're like,
No,
motherfucker,
we
they
don't
want
put out
that.
the energy.
We
to
don't
get
put
that.
out the energy.
Yeah.
I can understand. I'm like, yo, check this out, everybody out there. Yo, you scrubs. Oh, you fucking herbs. Blah blah. Okay, now you could come at me on some meathead and kind. I'm like, yo, if
You don't,
anything, look at. There's nothing more. There's two best things in the world is laughing and busting a nut. Okay. And usually when I bust a nut, I laugh right after. So it goes to show you.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. I want to live the rest of my life feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning
Like,
doing two things. Blasting off and laughing. Straight up.
Yeah.
And you notice when you blast off, you don't want to punch nobody no more. You don't even want you might not even want to hug your girl no more. You know, for an hour. No, but my point being is that, you know, listen, there's a lot of reasons to get angry for, and when you get older, you got to learn to pick your battles better.
You can choose your
Because being
battles.
angry is a lot. You take a lot of energy up.
Facts.
That energy you can use towards yourself or towards the people around you.
Yeah.
If you think you ain't shit, then somebody around you that you love,
Yeah, imagine
do it
if
for
you
them.
just, imagine if you use
Yeah,
that
that's a good
energy,
point.
the energy you're using to write somebody. Imagine if you just use it on yourself.
Yeah, to better.
To fucking better yourself.
Totally.
You
You know what I mean? I'm not even saying these people are probably bad people. It's
Exactly.
probably- most of the time, it's probably someone that just had a moment where they just felt
Yeah,
like saying
exactly.
it. And it's probably one time they did it, you know, but also there's people that consistently do it. But, I mean, like, imagine if you just take that back and go, wait, why the fuck did I give that? Why did I give my energy to that?
Exactly.
It's a lot of time, too,
Look,
man.
if I waste energy on explaining to you for a half hour why, it's mainly I want to get off because I got to get my way. That's all that means.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, how about I work on 20 minutes on myself? How about I do a set of 20 push-ups and then maybe try to write down what I got to do for my podcast or for my
Yeah.
band?
Yeah.
How about that? I guarantee you when you finish that, you won't give a fuck about punching that dude in the
you
face
give
no
a fuck,
more.
yeah,
No,
fuck
man.
it.
Well, we got to learn that. I admit, because as young, I would react, and then I learned. Again, being why I do what I do now. I got energy is all I have control of, and my children get all my energy.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So
man.
That's beautiful. That's perfect.
And when my children get all my, that means that's
Yeah,
the
I
main
give a fuck what
priority.
you say,
If
yeah.
it don't help the cycle move, get out of my way because
Get out,
that's
yeah.
all I got to do, and that's where I'm at. I'm like, again, I could wish this, want that, and look for this. No, I know what I need to do, what I want to do. I just gotta go get it, and I know I got a goal. My goal is to see my children succeed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Period. All means necessary. That means I got to do whatever I got to do. I got to do fucking One Life, One Chance. I got to go L.A. I got to do the smoking word. I got to be out there. I got to keep being me. I got to keep representing the culture.
Yeah.
I do this for nothing. I do it now for nothing. I come out here on my own pocket. I pay
Yeah.
all this on myself. But because I believe in it and I believe in the culture, and I think the world should see, not just my show, but our culture is just as big and as rich or richer than 99% of the things out there. And I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
And I want to show that we could be showcased.
For sure.
From the podcast, your podcast,
Yeah.
you doing your kind of all representing the same world, but doing shit. Hey, you're doing big things, yo. You do. Yeah, not everybody could get to some of the clubs in the comedy world that you are. Hey,
Yeah.
hardcore the punk guy now, that next level. You on a big podcast. We're
Yeah.
doing big podcasts. We're doing shows. It's more than just
Yeah.
talking
There's
about
hardcore punks and fucking TV.
Yeah, it's
Totally.
more than
You
just
know, like
wearing
fucking-
a shirt saying unity. That's cool.
That's cool.
Now, who's bringing people together? You bring people to your
Yeah.
show. You bring people together. I bring people, and we all bring them together as a
Yeah.
showcase.
Yeah.
So people could talk. The people that are talking ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're talking about the shit who are to the people who are bringing the whole community together.
Yeah.
That already goes to tell you what they're about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
see what they're about.
And I get it. I was a meathead too. It took me a while. I got a big dense head.
Yeah.
But if it got through my big dense head, there's no reason everybody
Yeah,
else.
man.
What's your
Yeah, yeah.
excuse? That's why there's no excuse. I'm the king of excuses.
Yeah.
The king.
I love the Hoya 2.0, the new Hoya, man.
Everything is 2.0.
It's beautiful.
I
You're
know-
in
2.0,
such a
baby.
good place, Hoya, man.
yeah,
It's
I'm
fucking
happy. And
awesome.
again, unfortunately, again, the blessing and something bad is when everything went bad, I had to get good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when everything went like that, it was time to turn up. You know that. We got no choice.
Yeah.
So it's on. And that's what full blast. Everything. You know, we do everything. We got to kill everything we do. We keep going. Music, podcasts, we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, man.
You know the deal.
You seem like you're an optimist.
If that means the cup is half full or half empty. What does that mean? I don't know what it is.
You seem you're more super positive, man.
No, for sure. The reason why is my sons are thriving.
Yeah.
That means I'm on track on what my mission is.
Totally.
So I'm happy that I'm in the right direction.
Yeah.
And my kids are thriving. When my kids thrive, I feel like, man, okay, I'm doing the right thing. Keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They keep me going. My sons even tell me, yo, where you going? You going to go do your show? Go kill it. They tell me. They know what I'm trying to do. They back me up. They know, you know, when music is slowing down. They know I got to get off. They know where I come from. They know everything about me.
You told him about, obviously, the Madball thing?
Yeah, they know. He knows. He knows.
How'd they take it?
You know, they know, and they like, no matter what, they know it's a part of me.
Yeah.
They know that music's around in one way or another. But, you know, those are my teachers.
Plus, you be home with them more, too. It's awesome.
Yeah, and, I mean, we're home with them anyway.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we're home. If anything, we're lucky. Even when we toured full blast, we're there.
When you're
24.
home, yeah.
Our parents were there from 5 to 9, 5 to 10, and they weren't. They cooked dinner and they were tired.
That's it. Yeah.
When we're home,
We're
all day.
home.
You go surfing,
Yeah,
skate.
yeah.
You go flip on them. You do whatever.
We're
everything.
home.
Right? We're home.
Only for them.
We're lucky to have that.
We're so lucky, man.
We're lucky. So
but we worked hard, man.
And people also as perspective. People see that as a bad way. Whatever. Again, everybody's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me, I'm too like I gotta go forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm too much on something. Yo, let's build.
I love that you're living in the now, focusing on the future.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, man.
Everything behind us is done.
Yeah, you did it already.
You can't change it.
But you have an incredible legacy of music that you made and contributed to this scene. It's beautiful.
And I love it. I'm proud, and that's why it got me
Your
to where
resume
I'm
is
at.
incredible, man.
That's why I'm glad I did what I did the way I did it. Because when I do something like this, people know I ain't faking the funk.
Yeah.
You know, I do anything. And if I do it, if I got my name on it, I got to feel that anything that says me, anything I'm involved, it's not that it's going to be the shit, but you could say Hoya backs at 1,000%. Also, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. I got to be passionate about something. Also, I don't do it because I end up living it. I got a problem where I engulf myself in shit. I live it. Yeah. So I know if you see me doing something, it's like, he don't put that off. I ask him at 3 a.m, he getting text saying, yo, we got to do this, do that. Or, yo, check this out. Check out this layout. Or, yo, I got a new, maybe, what about this guy for this podcast? Or let's do this. That's all we do.
Yeah.
But this is what we do.
Yeah.
It ain't thought about. That's how you know it's what we love to do. It's just, you know, it's second. We don't stop. Oh, we got to think about doing. No, it's, yo, I got an idea. Let's do this. Yo, for the show, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yo, we want to do this. Yo, we're engulfed in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What kind of music do you boys love? What kind of music do you listen to?
My oldest don't like shit. That motherfucker likes computer music, like whatever.
So no Madball, none of that stuff.
Oh, I put that shit on. He looks at me like, all right, can I leave now?
No.
Wow. Oh yeah, my oldest wants 0.
Wow.
That is so crazy.
What about hip hop?
Now my youngest loves hip hop. He likes hip hop and he likes because his mom listens to a lot of old school, so he likes hip hop.
That's cool.
And my son likes some rock, but they won't give me props. Cause I'm like,
damn.
Yeah, they're assholes. My sons are little assholes.
And then what is it like for you? Like
That is
we know you as Hoya Roc of Madball, but we know also a dad. And so when you're off,
my sons call me Hoya Roc.
Okay.
Imagine.
But like when you're off tour, now you're like a normal kind of civilian in society. You play in a hardcore band, and you go into these football games. You're talking to the parents. Is that?
Yeah. How's that feel?
Because it was such a weird thing.
I should have a show. They should follow me around because I say it myself. I wish there was a camera on me.
It's like, what do you do with your band call?
Because mentally, I'm in a different place as far as my drive. What you see is what you get. I'm the same dude I was when I was 10.
These parents have no clue.
Oh, they have a clue.
Fuck.
They have a clue
They
now.
know now.
Like from my son's teachers, because I am who I am, but I'm at all my son's schools meetings, any PTA stuff, any of my son's games, anything my children, I'm there. So they see me, and they also know I look how I look.
Is there a dad version of you that we haven't seen yet, or is this is it?
No, you see him.
Yeah.
Like how I talk to you is how I talk to my sons.
I love it.
They can tell you because I said my sons are my best friends, so I'm not gonna give them a fake version of me.
I'm saying the other parents or the PTA.
Oh no. So
school.
no, but you know what's pretty bugged out? I stick out. You know, I'm automatically a big tattooed, and you know I dress down. I'm not really. So they see me, they already know something.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then a couple of times I already had somebody, you know, and my son's team a couple of years ago was like, Hoya, Madball, they happen to be a fan. They saw us back in the day.
Whoa.
Yeah. Everybody knows me enough from the games and even other team leagues as one of the past because I am who I am. But it got around that, oh, this guy was in a band and whatever because I stick out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really stick out.
Are you yelling on the sidelines and stuff?
Yeah, and I'm with my son, very involved with my son, coaching him. But
Sick.
I see the meathead fathers, and then there's me. Not that I'm trying to give myself a pat on the back, but I'm
Isn't that
involved.
interesting what you said? Because forever, your band and the people we hung with were known as like meatheads.
Yeah.
And here you are talking about parents with the ones that like
Yeah,
they hard on their kids.
I
you
seen
mean?
them flip on their children, cursing like getting in their kid's face for
Worst.
messing up a play.
Hate that shit.
I'm with my son telling him, yo, play hard, wake up, have fun, but they need you. Your team needs you. You're here. You practice all day, 5 days a week. Now is when you got to take it out. You do that for this. They need you.
Yeah.
And I get that. I had it to a point where my baby mama didn't call. One of the last games, because my son's a lineman. My son's a beast, by the way.
Yeah,
Victor.
I've seen him. Man.
He's a beast.
Big boy, man.
And they know how I am. I know how to talk to him. She didn't call me. She forgot to tell me about one of the playoff games. All the parents were like, yo, where's Hoya? And she was like, oh, I forgot to tell him. They were like, you better call him. She literally called me and was like, yo, everybody's asking. Get over here because Vic needs you. And I hype him up in a positive way.
Yeah.
They all love me because I got a meathead, but I'm a positive meathead in a way. Without being like, okay, have fun. I'm involved. Like, hey, we got to play hard. It's
but not
football.
like pussy, not like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. None of that. It's like, yo, you guys bust your ass here 5 days a week. Don't let them walk over you because they think they could walk over you, and you guys are better than that. Protect each other. Stay together. I try to tell them that because that's how they're going to grow up as men. And they got to know when you grow up, that same mentality. Yo, you finish it. And you finish together and work as a team and learn how to listen. Yeah. Learn that, even shit gets hard and you might get smashed.
Good life.
You stick it out.
Listen,
Life
I
lessons,
think there's
man.
something
Life
beautiful
lessons.
to like a kid being coached.
Yeah.
There's something, to like, because it's like, man, like you're going to deal with tougher shit. And if you can fucking handle this right here, right now.
This is nothing.
You'll be able to fucking walk through life a lot smoother. I think there's something like with a coach being in your face, like, yo, you fucking this up, like, but like, I believe in you.
Exactly.
But you fucking this up right now. You know what I mean?
That's the best love you could give somebody.
No
coddling.
No coddling.
But you also give, you don't say you're a fuck up. You say you fucked up and I know you're better than that. Come on, let's man up.
Yeah.
And hearing that, you're like, oh shit. Like,
I learned as a father in the same way. I learned not to be like, yo, I'm mad at you. I learned to say, I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Because I know you're better than that.
Yeah.
That whole mentality is that same mentality.
Yeah.
I learned when I say, man, I'm pissed off. Don't talk to me. I'm mad. Yeah. Oh, I'm mad. It's a different thing. When you're disappointed, you're still saying, wow, he expected more than me because he knows I'm better than that.
Yeah.
When you're saying you fucked up, they take it as, when you're young, oh, he keeps calling me a fuck up. You don't see you're positive.
You never see
and,
it.
And not till somebody tells you. Some of us see through it. Some of us don't. I make sure I tell my son every day, I love you. My parents never told me that, and I know they love me. Different.
Yeah.
I make sure I do because I said I don't want no mistake in my son getting older, ever thinking for 1 second of the day that I don't love him.
Yeah, man. Same.
So I make sure every day, hey, I love you. Yeah, you love me. No, you didn't even tell me. All right, I love you anyway. I tell him, he knows it no matter what. Why? I love you. I love you. I don't care if you're with your fucking boys.
Word.
I don't care if you're with your girl. I don't care who the fuck you with. Because I be with killers, and I tell my mother, hey, I love you.
Yeah, man.
I wish my mother was alive to tell I love her in front of all the killers I knew.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Because you know what those killers are too? I wish I had my mother with me.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know? People don't know that. Like, to have that is like, to tell somebody you love them. Again, I lost a lot of people, and that shit is real. Like, Nori says it. Give people their flowers when they can still smell them.
Yeah.
Meaning, when you die, everybody comes out and says the best shit about you.
Yep.
Why not now? Like, yo, you're
Why not
killing
now?
it.
Yeah.
Yo, you killing it, man.
Yeah.
You're doing, I see you, but I see you go for the small club. Yo, you killing it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to hear that when you're in the, your
In the
spirit is
fucking-
flowing.
yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, I'm glad I
thanks.
know
I
it now.
appreciate it, yeah.
You know, maybe I've been not as hard headed if I
Yeah.
knew people believed in me. You know, it could be a situation like
Yeah.
that. Like I learned a word goes further than you can think. Like saying a thank you, excuse me, I love you. Yo, I'm thinking of you. Yo, you good?
Yeah,
Yo,
checking
these
in,
little
man.
words go really, 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 really far.
Yeah.
Very true.
You know, somebody
man.
who's mad upset, you call. First of all, nobody calls nobody. Just imagine if you really go
Yeah.
to somebody, yo, man, why haven't yo, you good, man? Everything good? Just even that, it might be what you need to hear to be like, nah, I'm not, man, because you had nobody. But that's just from somebody reaching out like that.
Yeah.
You know, and then you learn, man, I get it. You know, I should pick up that phone a little bit more, you know, or let me call this dude back. I was always bad with that, and I try to make it a little point more now.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me hit this guy back.
Yeah.
Or let me reach out and touch base, even if like, yo, I got it. You know, I make it a point now because I'm like, it goes far.
Goes
Yeah.
hard,
You know,
yeah.
and you know that you could have somebody with you every day. He don't got your back. There could be somebody you don't talk to forever, but you know that when you need them, they're there on the drop of a
100%,
dime.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I try to let people know. Like I would say, and I learned that my man, Double O, rest in peace. My man was murdered many, many years ago. And he was the most gangster dude on the planet, right? And he was the first dude. This was me at my most hard meathead, most on that meathead shit. And he used to tell me, yo, you love me, Jay? And I'd be like, yo, shut up, man. I ain't even say that. Because, you know, I just saw that. And he used to tell me, what, you don't love me, man? Because he knew, because he came up really hard. And he knew he was already past that. He already saw. And because of him, I learned how to say to my boys, yo, I love you. Like, I love you because he told me that. And I remember being like, he's the hardest nigga I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he told me, well, you don't love me, man? He would tell me. Because, again, he lost a lot. He didn't have his family. He was locked up. And he knows, man, to hear you, I love you, that meant that much to him.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I see my boys all the time. I love you, bro. I got no shame in my game in that.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you know, back in the day, it was a little different.
Yeah.
A little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
never
we
said
would
that.
say it, but it was just not said as much, even if you knew it.
Yeah.
Now I make it a point, because just in case you don't know. You know, we just lost Deep.
Yeah,
Rest in
man.
peace to
Rest
my
in
boy
peace,
Deep.
Yeah, man.
And I got to be in contact with him, and I was glad I was able to, because you were able to be like, not everybody has a situation where you kind of see where somebody's their end is near, and you have an option to kind of reconnect. You know, you don't always have that option. I wish I could tell my brother that. You know, I didn't, but I was able to tell my father, my mother, and my wife that.
Yeah, man.
But not my brother. So,
Yeah.
you know, and that one hurts,
Yeah.
you know, because that thing. So, you know, I get it now when my mom used to be like, hey, when you leave the house, at least, yo, I love you. Oh, I love you. I get it.
yeah.
I tell myself, hey, tell me something. You know, even give me a middle finger.
Yeah.
You heard
Yeah.
me? I'll take that.
All right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because you want to hear that shit goes far. We don't know.
Do you have somebody that you talk to and you got to vent to all these stuff besides your friends? Like not like a therapist, but you've been through so much trauma and loss. Like how are you good sometimes? You stay focused on it.
Yeah, no.
Because you have a lot. You're raising 2 kids. You're working out every day.
Mary
There's a lot.
Jane.
But yeah, so I'm saying for you,
No.
you just don't have your moment where somebody to talk to.
No, I have good people around me.
Yeah.
I got Gator Food.
Yeah,
I
Gator
got,
Food,
I
what
got a
up?
couple people around me.
Yeah.
You know, I got Andrea, a couple people. There's people that are my go-tos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm one of these dudes that I hate asking for help. I just hate it.
Yeah.
I'd rather help you. You know, that's me.
Yeah.
I'd rather help you. And I don't. You help me even when you gotta help me. Even when I'm all right, help me. But all right, what can I do for you?
Yeah,
I always
yeah,
wanna,
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's just I hate.
It's
having-
tough.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
tough.
I just
It's
not
tough.
built like that. You know
It's
what I
tough.
mean? But you know, I went through a lot at once.
You really did.
So,
man.
and even when I vent, you know, I vent more in convo, I think, than like, okay, God, I need to talk.
No.
It'll come out more like.
But never therapy or nothing.
No.
Your whole life never.
No, never. And I'm not against it.
Yeah.
But, you know, if I'm going to talk to somebody, I want to talk to somebody that knows me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
somebody that knows me will know more like, okay, I know where he's at. I get where he comes from. Not that a therapist can, but it's going to take longer for them to learn who you are.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and
There's a few conversations to be had.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot.
And then that way with that, but they know, and they also know, like, hey, I'ma listen. I know this just happened. He just broke up with his girl
Yeah,
or whatever. Okay, be touchy on this, or maybe bring it up this way. He don't like it. You know your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're a real friend, you're going to know how to speak to them, but you're still going to get your message across. Or you're going to, if you're a good friend, you're going to figure it out on the best way to spoon feed your friend that info. And you do that because you got love for your friend.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just say, check this out. You're a dick. Do this, that. Nah, you be
No,
like,
no.
that he ain't going to absorb it that way. Maybe like this. Maybe I should bring it up
Passionate
like
about
this.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm the same way. I needed that. If I had certain people telling me in a certain way, I'll be like, nah, I'm right away like, I'm defensive.
Mm.
And then later on, I'm like, fuck. Or like,
But Dr. Mary Jane helps you.
all jokes
Because you
aside.
you quit weed for a minute during the
Yeah, for
pandemic.
the pandemic.
And coffee.
Yes, I quit everything because I was having bad anxiety when my mother was very sick. So I was having really bad anxiety, and I said, what are the things that when I was smoking, it was starting to make me dwell on the situation because I was taking care of my mother while she was dying of cancer. And at the same time that happened is when the whole thing happened. I don't even like saying it for whatever. But at the same time, so I didn't know. The world stopped. I thought I lost my job that I had forever, and I'm taking care of my mom who's dying. And on top of that, she's the mother to my son, my oldest son, who my wife passed away many years ago.
Yeah.
So he was now my son's second mom, who he knows as a mother, is passing away, and slowly.
Yeah.
And for me, it was real hard. And I also know, I was diabetic, but I didn't have no heart attack, no stroke, but I knew I was out of shape, and I knew I was prone. Something was a matter of time.
Yeah.
And I would always push it to the side. When my mom started getting sick, I said, yo, this is my son's mother. My oldest, she was like the oldest, this is it.
Yeah.
After her, it's just me. And I said, and being like this, how long am I going to last? I said, I can't leave my son. I thought I drove myself crazy thinking I was going to leave my son an orphans.
Damn.
I said, that's not happening. So I'd be bugging out, taking care of my moms, and then I said, I got to take anything that's making me feel this anxiety.
Take it out.
Coffee, take it out. The weed wasn't calming me down. It was making me think too much. I said, I got to cut it out. I had no problem. And like that, I said, no more. I ain't doing it. I don't want to feel like that. I got to take care of my mom. I got to get my shit together.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then I said, I got to watch the food. And I went extreme. I went vegan right away. I said, let me start. And then I went veggie. And then I opened up. I went boom, 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 light. And then training and just trying to get my life together at the same time, taking care of my mother, and then figuring out my whole shit.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot, man.
And it was like, but training and weed straight up is what saves me. That's the therapy, and all jokes aside.
Yeah.
Now I lift a lot, and when I started lifting weights, I found out when I could tire my body out to the point where my brain doesn't care about bullshit.
Yeah, because you're just like...
And you're so tired. All the bullshit is filed away, and just the shit that matters is in front of you. Because you're so exhausted. You know when you're exhausted? If you're out of breath, after you run your 5 miles, if I tell you, Toby, your glass is broke, you're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I don't. But you're worried about, okay, there's, man, my rent or what.
Yeah.
The real shape, becomes...
Yeah, it takes you out of that fucking...
It does, man.
And I learned... That's what worked for me, and that's what got me addicted. I said, I'm a control freak. I never like feeling not in control.
Yeah.
So for me to be in control, I got to be at the gym at 3:30 in the morning. So I make it in the gym so I could train to feel that, to tire myself out, to cut the bullshit so I could focus and continue
therapy.
the day.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. I come off tours and whatever. I barely sleep, and I make myself go. Not on some, I'm trying to make a point on the gram shit. It's like, if I fuck up once, it might just be the one fuck up that makes me fall off.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
No way. When my sons are married or are doing whatever they're doing, old and on their own and whatever, then I worry about taking a day off.
Sure.
Until then, it's a wrap. I'm in the gym at 3:30 Eastern Pacific a.m. Anywhere in the world, Hoya Roc's in the freaking.
Yeah.
Posting about it makes you have to show up for it too.
Exactly,
Makes you wanna do it.
and I do
Bring it
that
out
too.
there, yeah.
I don't do that. I'm trying to motivate people.
No.
I do that like it keeps me like, oh shit, I gotta check in.
Yeah.
I gotta. But
It's
I don't.
definitely motivating people. Though,
I
for
don't
sure,
do
man.
that because I'm awake and I do all my emails and that and whatever. But I do make a point to do that because I have a couple people also. they're around. I don't do it for them, but they know I'm out there. Like, yo, I'm in the. They hit me up. Yo, I'm here, waiting for the gym. Yo, what's up? A new podcast. Oh, cool. They kind of know what I'm doing, and I have a lot of people too that hit me. Yo, man, it's inspiration, and it's cool. I don't do it for that, but it's of course it's a flattery, and I really mean this. If I was able to do what I did, anybody can. Again, I'm the excuse king, the laziest motherfucker.
And you turned everything around,
but
man.
All you got to do is want it. And if you want it and you don't stop, it don't matter. You don't got to go to the gym 45 minutes. You don't got to get an app. You know what you do? You get up and you walk around the block. Let's start with that. Because that shows you want it enough. Oh, it's only my block. Then you don't want it enough. If you want it enough, you're going to get up.
Just like you're doing, running a mile right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's running from my house to Venice and coming back.
But you want it, we could talk about it for days, years. When you know how, that's till you do the first one. Okay, now it's on.
Yeah.
Now it's on. When you go I remember going to a martial arts school, that weird feeling, like new kid in class, right? When you're there every day, that shit's like nothing. The same way, you got to pull the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Do it, not talk about it.
Yeah,
man.
a lot of people do it. You just got to do it. And it ain't. I go, if some people tell me, I go, hey, fine, do it for yourself. Oh, do it for somebody. Do it for somebody you love. I got nobody I love. Then you have people you hate, and do it for them. Everybody, if you got nobody that loves you, then you got somebody that hates
That's
you.
so true.
You pick.
Yeah.
You pick.
Yeah.
Because that could be even better. Then you show them, you make them hate you even more.
Yeah.
By winning.
Go harder, man.
So,
I love
again,
that.
excuses is a perspective, but there's always an excuse.
Always.
You know what I mean? When you're dead, that's your excuse.
Yep.
Because my mother told me this is one of those sayings, and when she told me I was in Holland, and she came to see me when I was taking care of my wife before she passed.
Okay.
And I was really angry at a lot of situations. And my mother told me, the greatest thing God gave us was tomorrow. And at the time, I was like, Ma, I don't want to hear that shit. Straight up. Because I was like, right now, this is some real shit. My wife's dying. I'm a single father. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
And, my mom knows me. She had made me rest in peace, but she commented on, and then it sat in. Then I remember the next day seeing my son and remember how I felt. And I said, this is the reason I do everything.
Yeah.
And I said, wait, I found a good minute when my son, that's why. If I was a rap, I wouldn't have that positive, that one moment that I was like, oh, no, I need to feel this shit again.
Yeah.
I said, I'm feeling this forever. They ain't
Fucking
taking this
awesome,
kid
man.
away from me.
Yep.
And I think that my teacher, he taught, the same thing. If I didn't have that, but because of that, made me perspective, I had to. I said, it ain't happening, man. Again, excuses. We all know when we're, we know when we're lying to ourselves.
Yeah.
We know. You could tell, no, but really, I did this and that, and yeah, you're being a bitch. You know when you're being a bitch.
Yeah.
You really know. It's crazy. You really know. I do something like, oh, maybe wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get up, go to the gym, and if I want to, I could come home and go back to sleep. Oh, but I'm too tired now because I was up watching fucking Survivor. No, but
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
okay. Oh, okay. Don't go. Put your another foot in the grave ahead of time. Blood clot is crazy and a lot of stuff. One thing blood clot echoes in my head. You could spend money on your food and your health, or spend that time in the hospital. Spend your time on your health.
Yeah.
It's facts.
Or spend it in the hospital.
You won't have that $20,000 bill. You know what I'm saying?
And I hate hospitals. I hate driving by them.
I hate all that shit, dude.
Even going by them, the way they look, the smell, everything. I don't want no part of it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Tofu for everybody.
Yeah.
M Cafe, $20 slice of cake, everybody.
Crossroads, yeah.
Shout out to Tao. Yeah, definitely. But you know what I mean?
I know it was one moment I remember hearing during the past couple of years we hit up Tall about kale or something. I had a question about something. I was so psyched.
They had my favorite KO salad.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it. I would hit them up. And again,
you gonna try Crossroads while you're here?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's
for
do
sure.
it.
Yeah. Definitely want to do that. I want to hit it up. Again, I'm lucky to have friends in all walks of life.
Yes.
Again, I always bring him Adam Blake because during the whole thing, I would pick his brain. And Adam Blake, for me, worked out perfectly because he was vegan. He was vegetarian. He knows what it is to be a meat eater. He knows what it is to work out. He also knows being realistic with life. Okay, walking around with Tupperware. He knows all that shit. It could be a lot of fantasy. It's certain people could do that, and even that's temporary. You know what I mean? He knows how to look at overall health in the big picture, and he helped me out a lot.
Awesome.
As far as diet, even when I went from just vegetables or adding meats, what to look out for, what not to, you know. Again, you have people around you. You'd be surprised. That's why I love talking to people. You find out things about them or their parents, and they have knowledge that you might, you know, about something you might like be interested in. You know what I mean? You're surprised. I'm interested in that because you find, oh yeah, my pops, you work for NASA. Your pops work for NASA. You know, oh yeah, like Stigma the other day. He's saying some shit. National. He's like, what was the company? He goes, yeah, you know, this and that. And my cousin was one of the owners of Barnes and Noble. Wait a minute, your cousin was the owner of Barnes and Noble? Yes. I said Stigma. It's not like a little thing you forget. I was like, Barnes and Noble is one of the biggest bookstores in America, and your cousin was like one of the founders or something like that, some crazy shit. And I'm like, again, this is a guy I know 30 years, and I pick Stigma's brain every time I see him. I pick his brain because I'm a fan of him.
Best.
And I'm like, how do I know this? I take pride in knowing everything Stigma.
Yeah.
Because I go in like Mackie too. I got facts about Mackie people wish they had.
Damn.
You know, but I'm the Smithsonian. I'm greedy with
Smithsonian,
yeah, we know some stuff. We had passports.
Yeah, my wife has a scanned passport of Mackey's. That's how I knew he was 62 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, and now everybody knows.
Oh shit!
So that's what I said.
I take off the pod.
But why? Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
But you know what I mean? It's like well, because fans,
so funny.
Like fans that even like Mac, yo, ethnicity. What are you? What Stigma? Yo, what was your first band? Like, no, what? That shit intrigues me. You know, we have living artifacts that we could talk to.
It's true, man.
Like we history books, you got to read them. These guys talk to you.
It's pretty bad.
It's amazing. You know, you just sit back. I listen to. I could put me anywhere with them. If I had to go to jail for life, I'm bringing Stigma with me.
Yeah.
Stories forever. Yeah.
Stories, and just he could make. You could put him in a box. You could put him in a mansion. He's gonna make the best out of it. He's gonna learn.
He'll thrive anywhere
He'll
too.
Thrive because again, he also been through it all, done it all, seen a lot, and he knows, yo, I'm lucky. At the end of the day, it's about having good people around you. There's people that love you, and you being able to do what you love in some type of form.
Yeah.
Yo, you're living.
It's true, man.
You're living life. And who's gonna talk more than Stigma? He's on stage right now, killing it. Probably getting blasted. Probably looking for a girl. Gonna write another record.
Yeah.
Right now, as we speak, which is
man.
amazing. He's setting the bar.
Man.
Yeah, setting the bar and how far you could take this. I was with him in Las Vegas. Had a blast.
Well, you set the bar. You set the bar of your career, though, man.
I'm trying. I'm more like, I just want to also show people, us hardcore people, like we could do that shit like everybody else too. You know what I mean?
It's beyond the music. It's beyond the music.
It's beyond the music.
Yeah, and I try to I really, our culture is. I really know how special it is. That's why I take so much pride. That's one of the few times you'll only ever hear me call myself a kid when I say I'm a hardcore kid.
Hardcore kid, yeah.
Because that's what I am.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I know whatever punk rock is. I know the origins. I know that whole shit. I'm a hardcore kid, always. And with that,
hip hop head too.
Yeah, of course. But I take that. It's a special badge.
Special badge.
You know what I mean? It don't matter what city. Just being that mentality coming from that, and I'm proud of. Look at some of the biggest stars on the planet. They know. Some of the biggest. Metallica, they know. Slayer, they know.
Post Malone,
he knows.
They know.
Yeah.
Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., he knows.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of these old school guys from out here, actors, they know what's up. And one way or another, it's bigger than you think. You know what I mean?
And you're part of that, man.
Yeah, and we all, and I'm proud because we all.
I'm proud too.
And I'm proud that we were able to come into it, and we're able to rep it because we did right by it, and people, they expect that from us because we grew with it and we repped it the right way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's why it's like, oh, who's doing it? Oh, Toby, Hoya, this guy, because we're the guys people are backing because we're not in it for the short term. They know we're about it.
No, it's a life, man.
You know what I mean?
It's a life.
Well, fuck, man. Jesus
was
Christ.
great.
Fucking lifer. That's
That
how
was
we
You
ended.
know, lifer. You know how it is.
that was the way he ended it. It was like a movie. You know what I mean? I
Boy,
was like,
thank you,
yeah.
man. Thank you for
Toby,
This
being
was
here.
amazing.
You know what's up? I'm glad I was able to do it finally. I'm glad we were able to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what's up, and
I love you and I'm proud of you, man.
yeah, you know
Everything.
what's
Yeah,
up. I love you,
same,
nigga.
brother.
You know,
All
you
love.
know what's the deal. Shout out everybody and everybody out there. You know the deal. You got to keep supporting this podcast. Every podcast. Look at any podcast you guys believe in out there. It's a big thing. Subscribing.
Yes.
Look at. I'm guilty of it too. I follow a lot of people that I didn't subscribe to, but when you're doing it, when you're on the other side of it, that goes a long way.
It
As
goes
you
a
know,
long way.
The more you subscribe and comment to the podcast stuff, it puts our podcast in places where it normally wouldn't be.
True.
Like kind of like putting it in the showcase in front of the store. The more we get subscribers in that, it showcases, and that basically showcases our whole culture. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter one podcast or all. Subscribe. Anybody who's doing it, back it. You know how we do. And anybody out there who wants to do it, do it. Don't wait for nobody.
Nobody. Just do it, man.
Just do that shit. Smoking Word TV,
Yes, sir.
the Heavy Collective, the Hard Corner. You know the deal. Hoya Roc
Crushing it, man.
2.0 signing out.
Signing out.
The man of
One
many
life,
trades.
one
Signing
chance. I
out.
love you. I love you. I love you.
Thanks, Chappelle, too,
Yeah,
man.
all right. Thank you,
Chappelle,
guys.
we out here.
We out.
Peace, Hoya. Thank you. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details of anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life One Chance Podcast is now with Removery. I have a code. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Over 600,000 removal treatments done. 100 locations, U.S., Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryo-technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out.